Welcome one and all to the 2021 Adelaide Turf Cricket Association O'Neill Sports T20 Grand Finals. The first match will be the Division 3 Grand Final between Adelaide Rockets and Flinders University, starting at 10 a.m. This will be followed by the Division 2 Grand Final between Golden Grove and Prince Alfred Old Collegians at 1 p.m. The final match at 4 p.m. will be the main event Division 1 game between Hope Valley and Prince Alfred Old Collegians. We would like to thank our broadcast partners, Adelaide Star Bus. Need a bus? No fuss. Call us. Dartfish, Australia's most used coaching tool. Roll the Dice Racing. Sports Interactive, creating better players one coach at a time. And 2020 Vision. A T20 player needs 2020 vision. Please welcome your host, Ben Tippett.
And a very good morning and welcome to Karen Rolton Oval. We are here for a massive day of cricket, the O'Neill's Sports Adelaide Turf T20 Grand Finals. We've got the Division 3 final to start with between Flinders and Adelaide Rockets, Flinders University of course. They will be batting first, Adelaide Rockets will be bowling. My name is Ben Tippett, welcome, and what should be an absolute massive day of cricket. With me today is Ned Maguire. Morning, Ned.
Morning, Ben. It's a great day for cricket, isn't it?
Absolutely. What temperature is it out there today?
Well, it feels a lot warmer than they're saying it is. It says it's 20 at the moment. But
20 degrees,
in
yeah.
that sun, it's baking at the moment, so it will probably feel a few degrees more than that for sure.
Absolutely. You said you played out here, when was it, January? So
January,
a little bit of first-hand knowledge of the facilities here. What can we expect?
Well, it's normally a great batting deck. It's normally a batter's paradise. Short boundary to one side, to the city side of the ground, and it's a beautifully quick outfield as well. It's the best outfield you'll probably play on at this level of cricket, and it'll fly across the outfield. So if you're not cutting it off in the ring, there's every chance you're not going to be able to catch it on the way down.
Absolutely, and we are using the further strip away on the city side of the ground, so makes that boundary even shorter. Absolutely lightning. Little bit of a breeze, but I don't think it'll affect conditions too much today. Will be very, very interesting to see a couple of both these two teams. I know had a game cancelled yesterday in the LO competition. A lot of cricket cancelled yesterday in Adelaide Turf due to the weather. So will that moisture have an impact on conditions today? This wicket looks very, very good, obviously being under covers. We've got 3 games on it today, so the facility and the conditions will be interesting as the day goes on, Ned.
I think this might be the best game or best time of the day to bat on it. Maybe in the second innings of this game, once the dew clears off a little bit. There shouldn't be any dew though, really. It's just going to flatten out over the next 20 to 30, and then after that it might start to deteriorate a little bit. But I mean, it should be a good batting pitch all day long. Good
conditions for cricket. We'll run through our sponsors for today. Our broadcast partners: Dartfish, Sports Interactive, Roll the Dice Racing, Adelaide Star Bus, and our new sponsor 2020 Vision, cricket sunglasses company. As we said, fantastic day for cricket. The umpires are on the way. Umpires today are John Rolfe and Neil Clark. We might run through the teams quickly if we can, please, Alejandro. The road to the finals. Ned, you've got that in front of you. Just have Flinders, couple of quick snapshots of their first 3 rounds.
Well, in round 1, Flinders posted a great total of 5 for 180 with Gosh and Evans both making 50s, and they won pretty comfortably against the Blue Brigade. The next round, making 127, looks like a low total, but they defended that comfortably as well. They got Pulteney Old Scholars all out for 76, so that's a couple of big wins there. And then round 3, they posted 124, and they defeated Friends 9 for 100, so they won by 24 runs there as well. So three pretty convincing victories.
Absolutely, and then bouncing on to the Rockets, 1 for 103 their first game, defeating Grange, 9 for 101, 7 for 161, defeating Athelston 93, and round 3, 3 for 159, defeating Flinders Park 111. So both teams capable of making massive scores. If we look at the Adelaide Rockets team here, Sachin Kapoor, the captain and the wicket keeper, Richard Carter, Tony Perotta, Matthew Fragona, Dominic Barbaro, Dylan Kokotis, Jason Coleman, Matthew Blaine, Jash Kapoor, Aaron Harmdorf and David Waller. As we flick over to Flinders quickly. The bowlers just marking out their run-ups there, the Flinders team. Josh Evans, Matt Herriman, Simon Potger, the captain, Rohan Joshna, Revan Mendes, Manish Fernando, Madhan Murasoli, Rashpal Singh, Rob Muirhead, Lewis Rayner, Matt Langdon and Sihab Ghosh. Umpires are ready. As we're about to kick off here. As we said, Adelaide Rockets will be in the field first. We're going to have Blaine to open the bowling. What do we know about Matthew Blaine there, Ned?
Well, Bain, as they call him, 39 years of age. He's a right-arm bowler.
Experienced campaigner.
He sure is. Previously played as a junior at Woodville District Cricket Club, so he's got a bit of district experience. And he loves the Penfolds as well.
Absolutely. He'll be bowling to Evans as he comes in to bowl the first ball of the T20 finals. Very well driven, straight back, but can't beat the bowler. Good positive start there from Evans. Good length ball from Blaine to start. What about Evans and Harriman, the other opening batsman? We got anything on Josh Evans there?
Josh Evans, he's obviously a batsman, opening today. Used to play at Morford Vale.
And Blaine comes in to bowl again. Sorry, Ned, to cut you off there. A bit wide of off stump, and it is called wide. First runs on the board there for Flinders. And
Josh Evans, his best experience in cricket, he believes, was the final round of the 18-19 season. Apparently, a fantastic win. Chased a good total, 9 down in the last over.
Wow.
So
Blaine comes in again. That is skied up in the air. Fielder under it at point and takes the catch. That's the first wicket. Evans is gone. Great bowling there from Blaine. Looked like that held up a little bit in the wicket. Maybe took the pace off a little bit. Evans tried to swing that one through back past the bowler. Only managed to sky it up in the air, and it's a very, very easy catch taken at point there. 1 for 1 is the score. So while the new batsman's coming in, how about Harriman? Harriman, a bit of detail on Harriman, our other opener there, Ned.
Harriman.
As Muirhead is the new... he'll be on strike, Matt Harriman. Muirhead is the new batter coming in, I believe.
Matt
Harriman,
Potker. 23 years of age.
Yep.
The Herm.
He's
a bit of an all-rounder. So
yes.
Coming in at 3, think he'll bowl a few overs. It's important, especially in the limited over stuff, to have plenty of options with the ball. And his best experience was making into the Saka B grade grand final 2016-17.
We'll see what he's got to offer here as Blaine comes in again. Batter's crossed, of course. Very good shape there. Lovely drive played to mid-off, but can't beat the fielder. And the next batter in the number 3 is the captain, Simon Potger. Captaining Flinders for a while now. Had a very successful year in the LO1s last year. Taking home the premiership there. Blaine comes in again. Lovely drive off the front foot. Can't beat point. Very well fielded again there.
Just going back to the dismissal earlier. It just looked like Josh Evans was trying to go to that short boundary a little bit too early, maybe in the innings. Third ball. Yeah,
potentially. It sort of looked like it was a little bit slower. The pace off a little bit, so perhaps needs to get the sense of the conditions as that one's flicked off the pad. They'll get 1. Can't beat the fielder just on the ring there. It is runs off the bat. The first run off the bat today. 1 ball to go in this Blaine over. Might have a look at Simon Potker if you've got some juicy information on the skipper there, Ned. Do that after this ball as Blaine comes in. Oh, flicked off the pad. A big appeal. Very good take by the keeper, and it's called wide. Fielder's a little bit disappointed, thinking there was something on it, but no run, and certainly not out. Called wide by the umpire. So we'll have to re-bowl that one. What do you have on Simon K. Potker?
Well, Simon K. Potker, Potty, as they like to call him, he's 40 years of age, so he's probably, an experienced head.
Yes.
For Flinders.
Blaine comes in again. Potker plays that one through mid-wicket as a fielder out in the deep. He'll just get the single. That is over, and he will retain the strike. The successful first over from Blaine, and the score is 1 for 4. What else have you got for us on Potker?
He's played in England previously,
yes,
and he's number 2 all-time FUCC run scorer in England, which sounds like a pretty impressive feat to me.
Absolutely.
And a die-hard Collingwood fan, his favourite song is Good Old Collingwood Forever.
Wow, there you go. And I see he's got a second nickname, Daylight, there. We might have to find out what Daylight means there.
Could be an interesting story behind that, I think.
Favourite TV show on Netflix, Sex Education. Very interesting. If he's a comedy fan or if he's using that as a bit of research for himself.
Hopefully just for the comedy.
So Carter on to bowl now. A bit of spin early. Bowling to Potker. Swings that one through cover. Can't beat the fielder. In close there. Very well fielded. Good to see spin early. Getting through the overs very, very quickly. Carter comes in again. Full toss there. Potker can't beat Carter. Diving to do the fielding off his own bowling. Back at the top of his mark. Ready to go again. Full toss there. That's swung away straight to the fielder and very well taken. Potker looking at the umpire there, hoping that's a no ball for a full toss, but not going to have any luck. Looks very, very unhappy with that one. Didn't get any piece of it. Disappointed with himself. He didn't hit that one for 6, I think. But nonetheless, we are 2 for 4. Halfway through the second over here. Carter with the slow full toss, Ned. They get a lot of wickets, the slow fullies.
They get too many.
Any grade of cricket?
Many, especially with a full toss going to that short boundary. Potker's eyes were absolutely lit up then.
Absolutely.
And just miscued pretty early in his innings, so that's probably not... He's just picked out the wrong fielder, hasn't he?
Definitely, definitely. So both teams we talked about pre-game capable of making good scores. 2 early wickets there for Flinders. We know they've got a little bit in the sheds, but what score do you think they'll need here to defend on this wicket?
Well, it's hard to tell, but I mean, it's hard to tell until both teams have batted on it.
Absolutely. Carter comes in again. Bowling to Harriman this time as the batter's crossed. Looks busy, Harriman. Footwork looks very, very good. One's driven back to the bowler, and again Carter does the fielding. That one's down the leg side. Batter's running hard. Get our first look at how quick this outfield is. It's reined in just before the boundary. It's called wides by the umpire. The batter's crossed back for a second.
He gets through his overs quickly, doesn't he? He's rushing the batsman.
Certainly does. Obviously have to re-bowl that one. Comes in again. Bowling to Harriman. No run there. Again, straight back to his mark very, very quickly. Harriman just looking to slow things down a little bit here. Oh, very well bowled. bit quicker and straighter, that one. He played off the edge towards point, and that is over. 1 for 3 from that over for Carter. A successful over for him. We're at 2 for 7 after 2, Ned.
It's a great start for the Rockets, isn't it? Especially on an oval like this. If you can force the opposition to consolidate, especially during this power play with only 2 fielders out, if they have to consolidate and can't go hard in the first 6, it's really going to reduce their total. So Flinders Uni will be now looking to at least consolidate enough just to get through 2 down through the end of this power play, I would imagine.
Absolutely.
And build from there and just take it as deep as they can. But it's easier said than done the way the Rockets have started with the ball.
Rohan Joshna, the new batsman, who will be on strike against Blaine. Having our first look at him. Blaine coming into bowl. And that one is just left outside the off stump. What juicy bits of information have you got for us on Joshna?
Well, Joshy, he's 34 years of age. He's another all-rounder. They look like they've got a few in this team. His junior club was at St Thomas in Colombo. And he's switched from hockey to cricket to establish himself in the A grade.
Excellent. Blaine comes into bowl. Driven back to short cover. Yeah, a lot of players do that. You see a lot of hockey players who have very, very good eyes make the transfer to cricket. Very, very good at switch hitting, which is similar to I guess the style you play with a backstick type tomahawk or...
That hand-eye helps for sure.
Absolutely. Blaine comes into bowl. Oh, Joshna cross bat there. Managed to clear mid-off. Coming back for the second. He gets off the mark. Hung in the air a long time. Looking like the ball is just holding in this wicket a little bit early on.
It does look that way a little bit. I guess it hasn't had much time to flatten out yesterday. Would have had the covers on all day. So it might be a little soft underneath.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see how it goes throughout the day as the sun bakes it. Of course, we're just after 10 in the morning as Blaine comes in again. Bowling to Josh. Now that one's edged. We get another couple here. Come back for the second. Looking like he's got good positive intent here, Joshy.
He does. It's good to have positive intent, but there is a line. He doesn't want to throw it away and make it 3 for after 3 overs as well. So
absolutely.
You've got to keep playing your natural game, but
Blaine comes in again. That one's left outside the off stump and it is called wide by the umpire. You will have to re-bowl that one. Blaine comes in again. And that is played down to short third man for a single.
It's a bit more controlled, that shot there. Looks like he's just starting to work his way into it. Still early in both of these batsmen's innings. But if you can just pick those gaps, get off strike, it'll make it a lot easier.
Blaine comes in again. This time bowling to Herman. That's swung through cover. The sweeper out there in the deep cover boundary. Charges in, picks that and fires it up, fires it in quickly. Just be the single. Herman again looking busy, retains the strike. Another over down. 2 for 14 now. After 3 overs.
They just look like they're starting to build something. It's just important for them to keep going the way they're going and not try and do anything too drastic. There's still 17 overs to bat, so...
Well, it's important to get through that over without a wicket, Ned.
Absolutely.
First one of
right.
First one of the game so far.
That's a good start.
We have a bowling change here, so we've got the left armour in. Fragona. Our first look at him for the day. Keeper up to the stumps. The bowler off the long run. Fragona comes in, bowling to Herman. Played with that. Very nice technique. Just punching that one to mid-off and getting through for a quick single.
He's picked mid-off a few times today and hasn't gone for the quick single, but he's just bit the bullet there, and that puts the fielder under pressure straight away.
He's probably back on the ring. They got through quite comfortably there.
Yeah.
Fragona comes in again. This time bowling to Joshna. He's gone through quickly as well. Beating the bowler. Another quick single.
So important in limited overs cricket, pinching those ones and twos.
Just get the scoreboard ticking.
If you get an extra 15 runs out of that, then you're in the box seat, aren't you?
Absolutely. Fragona comes in again. Herman just punches that one back to the bowler and we'll have no run. Getting through the overs quickly here, the Rockets. Fragona in again. Oh, it's swung out towards that deep mid-wicket fielder. One bounce, well picked up. In the hot seat there, the guy at cow corner often is in limited overs cricket.
It's nearly another full toss down the throat of cow corner. He would have been kicking himself if that carried.
Absolutely. But didn't quite get enough of it. Moves along to 4. Joshna back on strike. He's 6 off 6. Fragona in again. Oh, that one swung away. That's going to be our first boundary. Just picked up nicely. That is a massive 6 up onto the hill. As you said before, Ned, short boundary. That one's gone a long way back. Just picked that one up beautifully.
He did. He stayed nice and low and just used the shape of the ball just to go over backwards square. And it's just a flick, really, wasn't it?
It was.
He didn't really have to heave it. And that short boundary, I guess that's a perfect example of that. You just put the bat there and time it well and it'll go away.
Fragona in again. Let's see how he responds. A bit wide of off stump there. Very good shot. Manages to beat point, but the sweepers out there get through for 1. And that is over. Very, very good over there for Flinders Uni. They move along to 2 for 24. They can get through the next couple here. Only 2 wickets down and be about 35 to 40. I reckon they'd be pretty happy with that start.
Absolutely. That puts them in a really good spot to go on from there. And if they have wickets in hand, they can post a really good total here.
There is a stat in all 2020 cricket. If you lose 3 wickets in the first 6, you only win 1 in 3 games.
That's right.
It's a very, very low percentage.
Just makes it so hard to build an innings after that, doesn't it?
Absolutely. You need to keep plenty of wickets in the shed. Hopefully Flinders will be mindful of that. Hamdorf, the new bowler here, on his spin. First look at him. So the Rockets said during the week that spin will play an important role for them. Hamdorf comes in again, takes the pace off. That's swung away. Very nice shot there from Joshy. Flinders boys clapping down below. It was a great shot, beating mid-on. Did hang in the air for a little bit, but fielder never really a chance there. And another boundary to Joshna. He moves along to 17 off 10. Good strike rate there. Interesting to see if they change the field here. Hamdorf comes in again. Oh, and he's managed to pick out mid-wicket. Tried to hit across the line again. That one looked like it was a little bit shorter, held in the wicket. Joshna tried to pull it away there. Didn't try to go too hard at that one. Looked like he was just trying to hit it to 1 or to the deep mid-wicket fielder for 1 and just held up and he was caught at mid-wicket.
It was smart bowling though, Ben. Probably about 10 k's quicker than the previous ball. He said, "You're not putting it back past me again this time," and tried to go aerial again and too late in it, straight to short mid-wicket.
So just as they were building something, Flinders, they lose their 3rd wicket. 3 for 28 now. Hamdorf gets his first. They're going for a little bit. Be interesting to see what they do here now, Flinders, whether they look to just build a little bit or keep backing themselves. Get a look at who the new batsman is coming in. So he takes guard there.
And they definitely have to consolidate to an extent, but I mean, it is still 2020 cricket. You've got to play your shots. You've got one batsman that is probably in now at the non-striker's end. Just get him on strike and let him play the shots.
So Fernando, the new batsman, as Harmdorf comes into him. Looks to play one through point early. Couldn't beat the fielder. What do we know about Manesh Fernando? You get a chance there. It's hard as spinners getting through the overs quickly. Harmdorf comes in again. Oh! Tried to run that one past third man. Dangerous shot there, trying to cut the spinner. Very close to nicking that one. Harmdorf comes in again. Oh, he's out. Big appeal, not out. Geez, from here, keeper was straight up. Everyone was up very, very quickly in unison. They look very, very confident of a nick there.
One hell of an appeal.
5 overs gone. We might go to a quick commercial and we'll be right back with you. And we're back. Fragona going to continue. Of course, in this format of cricket, to speed things up, we've got a triple header today, but as has been through the whole season, we bowl 5 over blocks at each end. Our first look at conditions from this, the hospital end. Fragona comes on. Bowling to Herman. Can't beat the point fielder. So he's moved to 4 off 11 now. Probably his job to anchor the innings, Ned, but as we were saying just before that quick ad break, you can't get tied down. You've got to keep the scoreboard ticking.
That's right. He's looking to take quick singles. He's just picking the fielders at the moment.
Fragona in again.
It's the same again there. Just a bit unlucky. He's got good intent. He's trying to just get himself off strike, push ones and twos, but sometimes you just can't stop hitting it to the fielders some days. It looks like that's his day today.
It does look like a slow wicket. They're the ones you've got to cash in on, and he has. So that suggests to me that he is in a good, positive mindset. The Rockets have bowled well so far. He's been knocking the ball around, and then you get a juicy half volley and you put it away.
Absolutely.
Fantastic shot there. Lovely off drive, and we saw how quick the outfield was.
Great example of how quick that outfield was. He's hit it pretty hard, but I mean, there's no chance of chasing that down.
Definitely. Fragona in again. So a little bit shorter. Ooh, almost a bit of a mix-up there, but Fernando saying no early to Herman, and he gets back. So that looks like the length to bowl today, just sort of into the wicket a little bit more, short of a good length.
Yeah, that hard length, always the hardest to get away in the shorter forms.
Fragona in again. Herman just plays that one straight back to the bowler. 1 ball to go in this over. Yeah, it's just into the wicket on a bit of a slower wicket, particularly with the field up, that mid-wicket cover. It's really hard to hit through. Fragona in again. Let's hit the pads. Sort of a stunted appeal there. Umpire says not out. Fragona, none for 14 from his 2. Interesting to see if they continue with the spin tactic. Taking the pace off has worked for them so far, Ned.
Absolutely. And, you know, if you get through your overs really quick in your first 10, you almost, you create a real sense of panic in the batting team, because they realise we've already got through 10 overs and, we're not on as much as we'd like to be. You make them panic. And then all of a sudden they have to play some rash shots because, they're about 2 overs ahead of where they think they normally would be. So it's a great tactic, especially in the 2020 stuff.
Absolutely. So Fernando on strike.
It's the first power play done.
It is 6 overs down. So currently going at 5.33 and over. 3 for 32 after the first 6. Harmdorf comes in again. Fantastic first over, 1 for 4 from him. Interesting to see how Fernando goes here. He looks to take him on. Bit of a quicker one there. Lovely shot down towards point, and fielder couldn't rein that one in. The sweeper cleans up and they get through for 1. Fernando off the mark.
There's another lad from St Thomas Colombo as his junior club.
Very, very strong cricketing culture there.
Absolutely.
St Thomas. Harmdorf in again. Another quicker one. That one's played down towards short, third man. Get through for another single. Only have to beat that fielder there and race away for 4. Very close, but a very, very good save. That fielder on the ring.
It's been good from the Rockets so far. They've taken all their catches. None of them have been easy either.
Yep. A bit fuller there from Harmdorf. Oh, there's almost a chance there.
Commentator's curse.
There's a lot fuller. Fernando looked to hit that one over cover and just burst through the hands, and they get through for 1.
Just been talking about how good their fielding has been. Should have waited another ball to say that.
Herman on strike now, 9 off 17. Harmdorf into him, just flicks that one off the hip. They're going through for a quick single. Big throw at the stumps, didn't quite hit. Looked like it'd be very close. A lot of hands on heads there, but nonetheless didn't hit.
That ball before the drop catch is another full toss from a spinner. He might just start bowling 6 full tosses and over at this point. It's not a bad tactic.
Absolutely. That one into the wicket a little bit more, edge towards third man, but no run. Ends the over from Harmdorf. A 1 for 8 from 2 for him. Very consistent going at 4s. I think with the spinners we saw, the ones that the batters looked like they could hit a little bit easier were those faster, wider ones. I think if you're going to bowl faster, you've got to bowl straight at the stumps if you're a spinner. You know, take the pace off. That's the slower, wider one you can bowl on this wicket. Maybe get one to hold, and that's where your stumping comes in, or
Absolutely.
batters look to charge you and you get caught at mid-off, mid-on.
Especially from the end they're bowling at now to the right-hander. You bowl anything quick and wide outside off, if it's a leading edge, you know, that could race away for 4 so easily to that short boundary.
Absolutely.
Gotta keep it nice and straight. Protect that short boundary for sure.
Oh, swung away off the hip there from Herman. Beats the fielder at short mid-wicket. Shakes his hand out. Looks like he got a finger on it. Get through for a single. First ball there from Fragonen. It was good to see a left armour in your attack there, Ned. Adds a bit of variety as he comes in again. Tend to bowl stump to stump, don't they?
Yep.
In swingers.
Yep.
You miss, I hit type mentality.
That's right. I'm a part of the lefties club, so always hate facing lefties. Always hate.
Fragona comes in again, bowling to Fernando. Swings away. There's a chance here. Fielder at deep mid-wicket has been in the hot spot today and takes the catch. It's the 3rd catch out there. The old cow corner doing their job today. Flinders lose their 4th wicket. 4 for 37. Fernando is out for 2 from 9 deliveries.
That's costly. It just doesn't seem to be their day so far. I mean, they're picking the fielders at the wrong times, aren't they?
Definitely.
So, I mean, you know, that goes 5 metres either side. It's probably safe.
Yep.
The same with all the other wickets. They've just picked the fielders. Been a little bit unlucky. But, I mean, that was there to have a go at as well. He just didn't time it the way I'm sure he would have wished.
Absolutely. And all caught so far. So
that might suggest that it is a bit slow out there.
Bit slow in the wicket, yep. So just potentially the decision making, the shot selection there, a little bit off.
Just with the match situation as well.
Yep.
You know, 3 for about 40 after 5 or so overs. You know, the run rate's not too bad. You can build on that. It's just the wickets in hand, and that's another costly one.
So the batter's crossed Herman on strike there. He's punched that one straight back over the bowler's head. Well fielded there at mid-on. Almost 2 and 2 balls there for Fragona. That one hung in the air for a long time. Nonetheless, Herman gets down the other end. Murasoli, the new batter, on strike. We get Ned to dig up some dirt on him as he takes Gardner. About to get our first look. Fragona comes in to bowl to him. Played that one off the back foot, just punched it to mid-wicket. No run. What have you found on Madhan Murasoli? Fragona comes in. And off the thigh pad by the look of things, just falls safely.
He's the man of many nicknames. Muddy, Captain Dennis, Dennis the Menace, Iron Man. He's got all of them. He loves his nicknames.
Absolutely.
He used to play for the India Cements Recreation Club.
Okay.
In Tamil Nadu in India.
So likes playing on a road, you'd think. India Cements Club.
You would think so.
You'd imagine that's a flat wicket.
Another all-rounder. And he's a John Lennon fan.
Excellent.
And AC/DC as well. It's a bit of an eclectic mix.
Very eclectic mix. And speaking of eclectic mixes, likes beer and bourbon.
Yeah, there you go.
That's mixed together or separately?
He's an all-rounder, isn't he?
Start on the beers and go into the bourbon, or drop a shot of bourbon into your beer. Supercharge it.
He might need another one of them if they lose another couple of wickets, the way they're looking.
So Herman just taking a bit of time here, resetting himself. We're 4 for 38 after 8 overs. Herman on 12 off 20 balls. Murasoli yet to get off the mark off 2. Harmdorf to bowl his 3rd over. As he comes in now. Nice shot there, just to the left-hand side of the point fielder there, and they get through for 1. Herman continues to rotate the strike as he moves to 13 from 21.
He is starting to find those gaps a little better now. And
he is.
Working into his innings.
Getting the pace of the wicket. Harmdorf again comes in quickly. One's swung away there from Murasoli down towards that short third man fielder. He's done quite a bit of work today. That's that quicker, wider one we're talking about. I'd love to see that ball a little bit straighter.
That's right. I mean, if he really threw his hands at that, get it in the gap, that's going to be runs for sure.
Absolutely. Harmdorf in again. Bowled very well so far. That's a bit straighter. Well taken there by the keeper.
A great change of pace, doesn't he?
He does.
That was about 15 k's quicker than every other ball for the last 10 probably that he's bowled. Every ball's a different pace at the moment.
Which is great. Keep the batter guessing as he comes in again. That one's a bit slower, a bit straighter. Picked that one up cleanly. Might have been a run-out chance, but a misfield there. Batters get through for a comfortable single in the end. 2 balls to go in this Harmdorf over. Comes in again, bit shorter and faster into the wicket. We've got Long on back now. The batters get through for 1. They're coming back for 2nd. Good throw. Didn't hit the stumps. Looked like if that hit, would have had a run out. But again, just missing. Potentially bounced over the stumps there, that throw.
They do have to start taking those 50-50 runs, though, don't they? The way they're going, I mean, that's fantastic.
Harmdorf in again. Oh! Murasoli tried to flick that one through down towards fine leg. Wasn't quite there. Player missed, and a lot of hands on heads again, but it's over, Ned.
Eventful
to be sure. 4 for 43. 9 overs gone. 4.78 the run rate. So they'll need to pick that up, but 4 wickets is the tough thing. They just need a decent partnership here.
If they can get themselves to 120, they give themselves every chance.
Absolutely.
Especially if the pitch stays the same for the Rockets.
Fragona in to bowl his final over. Oh, and he's bowled him. Beautifully bowled there. Looking like that hit the top of the stumps. Herman trying to flick that with very, very strong intent through the leg side. Played all around it. Looked like he would have been stumped if it didn't hit the stumps anyway. But it did. That's our first wicket that hasn't been caught, Ned.
That's frustrating, isn't it? That really hurts.
It is.
He looked like they're only batsmen that have really been getting away, and that's really going to stunt them a bit.
It is frustrating, isn't it? 14 off 23 balls, so he's sort of done the hard work. You kind of need to go on from that point and catch up, but it has been tough for him with wickets falling at the other end. So
that's right.
Would have loved to see him stay in and cash in and catch up on that strike rate, but not to be. Mendes, another very, very experienced player, is the new batter. Done some captaincy for this team throughout the years. Fragona comes in again, bowling to Mendes, the front foot. Just drops out at his feet, no run. Reva Mendes, 35 years old. Another experienced player, Ned.
That's right, and he's another St Thomas lad as well.
St Thomas lad, yeah.
All-rounder as well. They got a few all-rounders.
They do.
From St Thomas, don't they?
Oh, just in this team, as you need in 2020 cricket. Good to have options.
That's all right.
Fragona coming in again. Mendes just on the front shoe, dropping that at his feet. Looking like they're going to see Fragona off here. It's currently 2 for 16. Fantastic spell so far. 5 for 43, Flinders.
This sort of pace on the this pitch at the moment as well. Just nagging. It's hard to get away, isn't it?
Absolutely. Another ball just defended away there from Mendes. 1 ball to go in this Fragona spell. It's been fantastic. He comes in again, the left armour. Oh, that's flung away from...
Shot.
Brilliantly just chipped over backward square leg. Should pick up too. Oh, good. Got to love the Superman dive in the outfield. Even more impressive that the ball had pretty much stopped when he did dive. But it looks good, and when you're playing on a facility such as Karen Rolton,
absolutely, mate,
you've got to do it. A little bit of dew around.
He put a bit of mayo on that, didn't he?
Adelaide Starbus, one of our key broadcast partners today. Need a bus, no fuss. Call 088 252 0627. So we've just finished our second block of 5. 10 overs gone, 5 for 46. Another change of ends here. So Adelaide Rockets in the box seats so far, wickets in hand. Let's throw to a quick commercial. We're going to have our first look at Kapoor here. Mendes to face Kapoor as he comes into bowl. Bit of leg spin, which is fantastic to see. Something always happens when the leggies are on. Mendes managed to flick that full toss away for a single.
If you've got a good leg spinner in your team in a 2020 game, I mean, they're just so hard to get away, aren't they?
Absolutely. Kapoor in again. A little bit shorter that time. A little bit too short there, but it definitely into the wicket looked like it held again, and much better option. Better to be short than full today, I think.
Absolutely.
Kapoor in again. That one is full. Murasoli swings that one away. Can't beat the man at cow corner, who's been very, very busy.
Probably the youngest in their team as well at 20.
At 20, Jash Kapoor. Brother of the captain.
That's right.
Hence the nickname.
Junior, that's right.
Yes, that's a very good shot. Hit it too well and can't beat mid-off, so no run.
Like that. So it's
Beautiful shot from Mendes.
Straight into the meat of the quad there. The fielder mid off.
Absolutely.
Nice corky.
A very nice shot off the bat from Mendes. Kapoor in again. That's a better length, a bit shorter.
Oh.
Almost taken. Fantastic effort there at short mid-wicket. Big dive, one hand on it. Couldn't quite pull it in.
Would have been an absolute screamer, that one.
So a bit faster into the wicket.
Yeah. And
for the leggy. Almost like a Peter Hatzigloo type would be perfect in this condition.
They're typically the hard leggies to get away in the shorter form stuff.
Absolutely. Field change here.
Especially if they can still get a bit of turn.
Mid-off going back to long off on the boundary. Throwing that one up, and he swung that in between mid-on and the deep cow corner fielder. And come back for 2. The 2 to Murasoli there. He moves to 6 from 8 deliveries. That's the end of the Kapoor over. His first. The 5 off that one. We're 5 for 51 from 11, Ned.
This is going to be a really important next 4 over block here from this end. To see how well they can utilise that short boundary and get as many runs as they can over to that side. Because the last 5, if they're still right-handers, they'll be hitting for a long boundary.
Agreed. You'd like to see these 2 bat until at least the 15th.
That's right.
Keep something in the sheds.
It is tricky. They're going to want to go to that short boundary, but they've also got to keep their wickets in hand for the last few overs. Interesting to see how they go about this.
So Mendes on strike. So lets that one go. Harmdorf bowling his 4th. 1 for 13 so far. Impressive figures from him. Comes in again. Quicker one there. Mendes just drops that one down to the short third man fielder. They get through for a quick single. Moves to 6 from 10 balls.
I'm not sure. They didn't appeal, but he doesn't look like he ever grounded his bat inside of his crease.
Yeah, the old slide. Go to slide the bat and it digs in there.
Hard to tell, but no one appealed.
Always painful if the bat handle hits you in the stomach or somewhere below the stomach, Ned.
That's right.
Harmdorf comes in again. Oh, that is a big chance of a run out, and it is. Mendes is gone. Looked like he was on his heels there a little bit, Mendes.
They got away with it the last ball.
They did.
Just try to do the exact same thing.
They did, but that just looked like to me Mendes didn't respond as quickly as he did to the one before.
That's right.
Murasoli put him on the Bunsen burner.
He sure did.
But it was his call, Mendes.
Yeah. It was
Flinders,
his call, that's right.
Flinders in all sorts of trouble now. 6 for 52. Certainly need to get over 100 on this wicket. Give the bowlers something to defend.
I think so, for sure. I mean, I think no matter where you're playing, you're going to want to get more than 100. Give yourself any chance of defending it, but
absolutely.
There's still plenty of time left in their innings to build something.
So I know you said the commentators cursed before, but I'm still backing our call that the Rockets have been fantastic in the field so far. Potentially one slight blemish, and
that effort just before a short mid-wicket as well. I mean, he somewhat even get to that. He's probably saved 4 in the process.
Absolutely. Wasn't even a half chance, and
that's right.
Turned it into one. So very impressive bowling and fielding effort from them.
For sure. In
these conditions so far. Singh is the new batsman to the crease. He'll be at the non-striker's end. Sorry, no, he will be at the striker's end. Down the leg side, and there's a wide there from Harmdorf. Harmdorf in again. He swings that one away. That's beaten our short third man fielder with a new hotspot. Reins that in brilliantly. Settle for 2. Singh off the mark. So we haven't got the wagon wheel, but a lot of runs have been scored through that third man region and towards that deep mid-wicket region.
Especially with that quick spin bowling outside off.
Yep.
I mean, the easiest shot is to just drop it and run, but Interesting to see if they have a go at one. It might run away.
Absolutely. Harmdorf in again. Singh pumps that straight back to the bowler, no run. 6 for 55, last ball of Harmdorf's spell. Comes in again, full and straight. Singh just punches that one off the back foot, can't beat the bowler and the short mid-wicket. That's the end of Harmdorf, 1 for 17 he finishes with. Fantastic spell of bowling for him.
That is a great spell. I mean, that's really just... It's tough as a batting team when someone's bowling that tight. I mean, you have to go from the other end, and if someone's bowling well from the other end, you're going to have a go at someone, and that's how they're losing so many wickets. If you got tight bowling, and sometimes you just have to play a bit of a rash shot, and it doesn't come off.
I love the fact that Sachin's kept Junior on here. Obviously, as you just mentioned, a couple of tight overs. Leg spinner will make things happen, so... Got a good field setting here with a long on, long off, deep cover, deep cow corner. And there it is, as we called it, full of ball. Murasalini hits it straight back to the bowler, and he's caught and bowled. Very good catch. Another good fielding display there.
He hit it well, didn't he?
He did.
One of the better time balls.
He did.
The innings.
Good field placement, good bowling, good catching. The Rockets bowling unit charge on.
They sure do. It's good to see Junior take a wicket as well.
Absolutely.
Shared around pretty well. This has been a great team bowling and fielding display, hasn't it?
Certainly has. 7 for 55, 12.1 overs gone. Muirhead, the new batsman, coming in. So they just need to get through their overs at this point, Ned.
That's right.
Still plenty of balls to face.
There are plenty of balls left. As long as they bat their overs, then they'll give themselves some sort of chance, won't they?
Absolutely. Rob Muirhead, is he another all-rounder?
It looks like
he
it.
is.
Mad dog.
Yeah.
39 years old.
Loves a beef massaman, I see.
He does. Love a beef massaman.
Beer and a nice Chianti favourite drink. Very nice there.
And he's won a premiership and been the leading all-time Flinders uni wicket taker. So a bit of experience.
Absolutely.
Clubman out there.
He'll have to do it with the bat at the moment as Kapoor comes into him. Big stride out there on the front shoe and just drops that one at his feet. And have a look at a couple. He's got quite a bit of time here.
He does. I mean, that was textbook. Beautiful defence.
The best part of eight overs to bat. Kapoor comes in. He can really back himself here, toss a few balls up, really try and spin it hard. Doesn't matter if he goes for 1 or 2 boundaries. He's got the field set back
it does look
to protect that.
It does look like his back foot sliding out of his crease down there at the batting.
You're calling stumping?
Every chance.
He has tossed that one up. And the man in the hot spot, very well fielded there out at cow corner. Only a single.
Shocking when you get those bounces just around the kneecap height on the boundary.
Used every part of the body there by the looks, and
well
a very good job. Kapoor into Singh now. Tosses it up again. Beautifully bowled. That is a fantastic piece of bowling. Little bit slower through the air. Gripped and ripped. Beat the bat. Would love to see a replay of that one. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get one, but beautiful piece of bowling. That's what you like to see as a leg spinner. Pitching leg stump, hitting the top of off, beating him all ends up. Flinders in all sorts of trouble.
It's not the day. Not the day to be having a batting collapse, is it?
Absolutely.
Often happens though in finals, especially in a sport like cricket. You can have one team just capitulate on the big stage.
8 for 56 here, the score. And you called it before, Ned. That's great bowling from Kapoor, but it's also brought about by pressure at the other end.
Absolutely.
Bowled really well in partnerships here. Fielded really well, and it can give the young leg spinner the opportunity to toss it up a little bit, slow it down.
I think this fantastic spell of spin bowling, it's going to show Flinders that that's probably the way to bowl out here.
Absolutely. Rayner, the new batter. Good positive start from him. On the front foot, driving, just beats cover. Well backed up by the man at mid-off. That ends a very good over from Kapoor. 2 for 7 for him from 2 overs. So Muirhead will face. Got any goss on Lewis Rayner in your notes there?
I've just been thinking
Very
about the
well
Mad
researched.
Dog nickname of Rob Muirhead. Not sure if that's related to Robbie Muir, the former Samflin VFL footballer.
Maybe.
Rob Mad Dog Muir.
Maybe. So Carter back onto bowl here, and that's a lovely shot off the back foot there. Lovely shot for 4. Rayner gets his first boundary.
There you go. We talked about that earlier, didn't we, Ben, about those wide ones outside off.
Yep.
If you have a bit more of a go at it and don't just dab it down for a single. I mean, look at that. That just absolutely flew. He hardly hit that, and that's just raced away.
100%. Carter comes in again. That was a lot straighter. Hitting Rayner on the pad there. No run. Carter gets through his overs very quickly, comes in again. Full straight and fast that one, and just driven back to mid-off. No run. Comes in again. A little bit shorter, a little bit straighter. Just played off the back foot there by Rayner. No run again. Mid-off goes back. Slows that one down a little bit. It's like a straight sweep shot there. Down on one knee. Cross bat down to long on for a single. Rayner moves to 6 off 6. 1 ball to go in the Carter over. Muirhead will face it. Carter comes in, a little bit faster, well taken by the keeper. Tried to run that one down to third man yet again. 8 for 62, 14 overs gone, Ned.
The one last over, you try and utilise that short boundary, but 8 wickets down, it's hard to come up with any sort of plan at the moment and worry about what side of the oval they're going to be hitting to. I think they just got to play every ball on its merits, and just if it's a bad ball, they've really got to try and put it away as best they can.
Absolutely. So the leg spin of Kapoor in again to bowl his 3rd over. Slower tossed up, well bowled. Rayner couldn't beat mid-off. Cover, short cover there. Kapoor in again. Lovely shot. Shouts of catch, but it was never a chance. It's gone out to long off for another single.
He's lost the sunnies in the process down the long off. He's got them back now. No good if you drop the sunnies and then step on them on the way to pick up the ball. That's a nightmare.
Absolutely. Kapoor back in. Bowling to Muirhead this time. We do have some replacements though up here, Ned. 2020 Vision, a big sponsor of today's game, and the player of the match of all 3 finals will get a pair of 2020 Vision cricket-specific sunglasses. So if he does step on them and he performs well, he might get himself a new pair of sunglasses. Kapoor bowls again, and that one's played and missed by Muirhead. Another good over here from Kapoor so far. 2 to go. Happy to close it out. Slows this one up. Muirhead just plays that one down towards long on. Like Rayner was interested in a second, but
not sure, Mad.
Only saw the back of Mad Dog there. Kapoor looking to close out this over. It's very well flighted there, well fielded at short cover and no run. 2 for 9 off 3 overs for Kapoor. Continues his impressive spell. As we go to another ad break. And we are back for this last 5 over block of the first innings of a massive day of cricket here at Karen Rolton Oval. Of course, Adelaide Rockets taking on Flinders University, Division 3 of the O'Neill Sports T20 finals, the grand final today. Rockets bowling first. Flinders batting currently 8 for 64 from 15. I'm going to see Blaine come back. His figures so far 1 for 11 from 2. Be bowling to the experienced Rob Muirhead on strike. He's currently 2 off 7 balls. Rayner at the other end, 7 from 9. Needing to bat out the last 5 overs here, Flinders. Blaine comes in. Full and straight to Muirhead, and he just digs out that Yorker with a shovel.
It's great death bowling.
Absolutely.
Especially, to any batsman, but in particular the tail enders. It's so hard to get away with protection on the boundary as well.
Underused the Yorker these days,
100%. 100%.
Blaine in again. Ooh, big swing and a miss there from Muirhead.
And probably the second hardest ball to get away is that really low, almost ankle height full toss.
Yep.
You always try and have a go in the air at them, and you can't get anything onto it. So if you miss a little bit fuller, then it's not the end of the world either.
Absolutely. Blaine in again. Flicked one off the pad there. I'm not sure if that was thigh pad. We got a little bit of bat on it, but it's going to be 4. Raced away across this outfield. It is leg byes. Did well to get something on it there, Muirhead.
It's probably the first loose ball we've seen in about 10 overs, I think.
Yeah.
Just sliding down the leg side a bit.
Absolutely.
With no protection at fine leg, that's going to race away.
Definitely fine leg up. Blaine in again. It is the ball you talked about. Probably a little bit fuller than a shin high fully, but particularly with long on, long off back.
Exactly, you got protection.
Absolutely.
All into the tail, you'd be pretty surprised to see that sail over the
definitely
fielders' heads.
Definitely. So looking at top of offline with this field setting.
Yep.
The odd full ball. Blaine comes in again. There is the full ball, and well dug out from Rayner there to get a single down to long on. 1 ball to go in this Blaine over.
Rayner batting well out of his crease, and it still seems to be a little bit slow, doesn't it? And Muirhead's doing it as well, trying to get a bit of pace onto the ball.
Absolutely. Blaine in again, looking to close out the over. A bit too short there, but we've got a sweeper back. Man at cow corner, as we've said all day, has done a lot of work. Struck with solid intent there from Muirhead. Only gets the single.
Keep it to 1, that's fantastic fielding.
Absolutely. It moved quickly across this outfield, didn't it? So you've got to have your best fielders in those positions. End of the Blaine over. 1 for 14 from his spell so far. We are 8 for 71, 16, 4 to go. We'd be hoping to get to the 100 mark, Ned. If they could get 30 from here, it'd be a fantastic, fantastic effort.
Fantastic little fight back. I mean, that's got to be what they're going to be looking for. But obviously that's going to be, I think, well below par. But
agreed. Gives you something though, doesn't it? Runs on the board in the finals always important. Kapoor to bowl his final over of leg spin. comes in. First look from this end. That's swung away nicely. Beautiful shot there from Muirhead. Man at cow corner had absolutely no chance of reining that one in. It was struck beautifully just forward of square. One bouncing into the fence.
Probably the shot of the day for me.
Absolutely. I think that 6 early on might have been
it's probably hard to go past it.
Yes, but certainly right up there. Kapoor in again. Bit slower and wider. Chance at the bowler's end. Bit of confusion there, but Muirhead looking like he wants to sweep here. Be interesting to see what Kapoor does in response, whether he bowls a little bit slower and wider. My money's on the top edge here.
Yeah, third man's definitely in the game here.
Yep. And as we say that, they're moving the cow corner a little bit straighter, putting the 45 fielder back on the fence just behind square. It's a deep backward square. Kapoor comes in again. Well batted there from Muirhead. That's experience. Just knocks it down to long off for a single. Very well batted. Rayner on strike. Interesting whether he tries to take down Kapoor here. Interesting stage of the game as he comes in again. Slower and wider. Hung in the air for a long time, but it'll go down to long off for a single.
It's good bowling. I mean, that's taken a bit of a leading edge. But they're slowly ticking along. They're finding a way to get some runs on the board at the moment. And yeah, they're doing well.
Kapoor in. Oh, that one's punched up in the air again, just down towards long off. Very safe there. Played from Muirhead. He moves to 10.
Don't know if Rob Muirhead knows, but he's batting out of his crease. If he misses it, keeper's got the easy chance for a stumping. You wouldn't want to miss too many.
You are sitting right behind the square leg umpire there, so great view from your angle. That one's just flicked away from Rayner, nice and full, and that ends a fantastic Kapoor spell. Finishes with 3 for 17 from his, 2 for 17 from his 4 overs. Flinders currently 8 for 79, 3 overs to go. Building towards that 100. And they did it well. That's a great template, that over. They got a boundary and then single off nearly every other ball. That's got to put the bad one away at this stage. And
you can set up your over really well. If you get a boundary off the first 1 or 2 balls, you can just, especially with 8 wickets down, you're trying to be still relatively conservative. Just get a boundary off the first 1 or 2 and singles off the rest.
Absolutely. There's another single there from Rayner. He moves to 11. Actually, Carter will be trying to prevent that, but you can't have too many dot balls in a row if you're the batting side here. You just got to keep that scoreboard ticking over as Carter comes in again, this time bowling to Muirhead. Probably feels like he missed out there.
They really have, you did mention that before, Ben, reduce the dot balls. The last 5 overs, it's been so fewer dot balls than the rest of the innings. It just allows them to just play their shots a bit better and not have to try and do anything too ridiculous. Carter
in again. This one's hit straight to the man at 45. Picks up quickly, but the batters get through safely. A single to Rayner there. Carter in again. Need a bus, no fuss. Call Adelaide Starbus 82520627 as Carter comes in again. This time bowling to Muirhead. Tried to just run that one down to third man. Play and miss. Lifted the run rate to 4.64. Carter comes in again, bowling to Muirhead. Swung that one away, didn't quite get it. Couple of bounces in to the cow corner fielder. Picks it up safely. Batters get through for another single. Muirhead moves to 12 from 19 balls. 1 ball to go in this Carter over. Rayner to face it. He's 12 from 14. Carter in again. This one fuller and faster. And he has beaten the guy at short mid-wicket. One of the few blemishes we've seen from the Rockets in the field here today. Rainey gets through for a single, and that ends the Carter over. 1 for 13 from his 3 so far. Flinders 8 for 84. 2 overs to go, and again creeping towards that 100 mark, Ned.
They are.
Will they get there? They are.
Yes. They're fighting tooth and nail at the moment, aren't they?
Yep.
The tail enders.
But they've actually batted very well. They've just looked to tick the scoreboard over, and it's amazing. A couple of overs ago we thought 100 was a long way away, but they're creeping up towards it, and the scoreboard is moving through not doing anything stupid, just turning the strike over, looking to hit the bad ball.
And they're going to want to be giving themselves something to bowl at as well, so they've got a bit of
100%.
Bit of added incentive.
100%. Rayner on strike, facing Blaine here. Back to the bowler.
Great bowling again. That's another Yorker. I think he's probably bowled 5 or 6 Yorkers in this spell.
He has. Blaine comes in again. Play and miss. It's probably again shows that ball there didn't carry through to the keeper and just died on the way through. So it shows this pitch is probably slow, as we've talked about. So if they can get to that 100 mark and learn from what we've seen out here so far, that if you bowl into the wicket and at the stumps,
you never know.
Take a few early wickets. That's right. You never know. Blaine in again. Bowling to Rayner, another swing and miss. Hands go to the head there from Blaine. He's bowled very well so far, 1 for 14 from his 3.5 overs. That one did carry through to the keeper.
Bit of a gap over mid-wicket's head there, I'm sure. If he's going for the slog, he's going to be looking at that gap there.
Blaine in again. And that is a wide ball. Does have protection back for that one, but I think he'd also be eyeing that boundary off there, Rayner, if he can just get it backward a point.
That's right.
Use the pace.
And when you execute it, that's such a hard ball to get away, but that short boundary, it's a bit riskier.
Blaine in again. Big swing and a miss there. He might have rolled the fingers on that one. Again, held in the wicket. Very well bowled from Blaine. Got 2 balls to go in his spell. 1 for 15. Like to close it out.
This over, we've been talking about dot balls a lot, but there's been, 4 dot balls so far this over that. And now he's had to play a rash shot there. It's interesting, just to see what happens when you can bowl a few dot balls, tighten them up. That's how they took their early wickets. And then recently Flinders have been getting back on top with less dot balls, and they've been batting better. It's just revolves around that so much.
Blaine in again, yeah. That's well played there to long off. They did just put the deep mid-wicket back and move the previous deep mid-wicket around to deep forward square. So 3 out on the leg side, long on cow corner, deep forward square. Then we've got a deep cover, deep long off. Blaine one last ball in his spell, 1 for 16 so far. This time bowling to Muirhead. And that's well played from Muirhead. Drops at his feet. Weren't thinking about 2. He's going to take strike for the last over. Very good spell from Blaine there, 1 for 17. And you're 100% right there, Ned. That over, it looked like they went away from what they were doing the 2 or 3 overs beforehand. And a few more big shots from the hip trying to make something happen. And it created dot balls rather than the few overs before that. They were working the ball around, going to run a ball, and then when you do get a bad one, hit it for 4.
Absolutely. That dot ball pressure really mounts on you later on in those 2020 innings. I mean, it's just so important just to have... It doesn't matter if you're hitting 4s and 6s every ball, as long as there's something in between just to keep you ticking along.
Carter to bowl the last one here. Big swing there from Muirhead, facing, this is of course the last over of the innings, 8 for 87. Can they get to that 100 mark? Give themselves something to bowl at. Carter comes in again, 1 for 13 so far off his spell. Played that beautifully, that's beaten the fielder racing away. They will pick up 2, another 2 to Muirhead. Move to 89. Muirhead moves to 15. He'll be looking to get one away here. I reckon he'll be eyeing that deep mid-wicket boundary. So the Carter bowls that faster, straighter one. There it is.
Good call, Ben.
A little bit shorter of a length. Because they come back for 2. Very good running there from Rayner. Muirhead moves to 17. Takes a bit of time to suck in the big ones. All these guys are very glad they didn't play yesterday.
Absolutely.
Rest day for rain. 3 balls to go in the innings. Big swing and a miss, almost a stumping chance there, but Muirhead managed to keep his back foot grounded. Take from Kapoor there. Carter 2 balls to go. 8 for 91. The extra man back at that deep mid-wicket now. Will Muirhead back himself and try and clear it? Hit in between the fielders, or will he try something else? I reckon he's going to try and back himself.
I think he's absolutely going to go for it. And
Carter comes in again. Oh, he's got hold of that one. That is a lovely shot. Massive 6. Right over long on. Just got a ball right in the spot he liked. Just a little back foot jab there. 6 runs, and that takes him within reach of the 100. 8 for 97 with 1 ball remaining.
Sure has muscled that.
Carter comes in again. Oh, and there's a player miss. Well bowled, well responded there from Carter. Nice little cameo at the end there from Muirhead. 23 from 25. Flinders, after their 20 overs, finish 8 for 97. Rayner finishing 14 from 20 balls. Carter, another impressive spell, 1 for 23. We will have a quick break and then we'll come back to review that innings and look forward to the next innings, Ned. Welcome back to the beautiful Rolton Oval. We are here. We've just witnessed the first innings of the Division 3 O'Neill Sports 2020 Grand Final. Flinders Uni batting first against Adelaide Rockets, and just looking at some of the key performers there. Flinders Uni finishing 8 for 97. Rob Muirhead coming at the end with a bit of a cameo, 23 from 26 balls, not out. Rohan Joshna finishing 17 from 11. Probably one of the only guys to go above a run a ball, Ned. He was busy early. Matt Herman anchored the innings at the start there, 14 from 24. And Lewis Rayner not out, 14 from 20 at the end there. So that taking Flinders Uni 8 for 97 at a run rate of 4.85 per over. 12 extras there. Best of the bowlers, Matthew Fragona, 4 overs, 2 for 19. Josh Kapoor, we were very impressed with his leg spin, 4 overs, 2 for 17. And Matthew Blaine, 4 overs, 1 for 17. But all the bowlers did a fantastic job on a wicket that we think is probably a little bit slow, Ned.
We do. It's surprising to see that at the start of the innings. A few popping up and just slowing when they were hitting the deck, which really surprised me. But I guess with the weather yesterday, it's hard to know what you're going to get. But it was just, the story of the Flinders innings. And no batsman really got away, did they?
No.
Joshna, 17 off 11, looked like he could have really put the foot down, but then was dismissed. They just needed one of those guys just to get away and make a bit of a 40 or a 50 or something along those lines, and then they would have given themselves a chance to, get to a better pass score. But it is hard to know what the pass score is after what we just saw there. It's always hard to tell until both teams have batted on it as well. So
totally agree, and I guess Rockets would be the favourites going on. We think they're under there. Rockets are a very, very good batting club traditionally in all forms of cricket. I mean, we talked about in the pre-game their scores so far this season: 1 for 103, 7 for 161, and 3 for 159. So they look for a lot of key runs from the top order. I'm really looking forward to see Kapoor, the captain, bat. He's made some good scores, a 43 not out, a 53 not out so far this season. Carter also has made a 43 and a 40. Two 43s and a 40, so those two are probably the key batters. They'd look to get it done with the top three, but as we've sort of said, they've been 7 down once. I'd say a lot of the guys in the middle towards the bottom haven't had a lot of batting in this format, and Rockets show that if you bowl well, it is a little bit of a slow wicket, and if you field well, runs can be tough to come by. So I think you're right. If they can get some early wickets here, Flinders, if they can bowl into the wicket, if they can bowl at the stumps, they're a chance.
Absolutely. I think the Rockets' top order, really, really strong top order. But I think, as you said, Ben, if you can break through, get a few early wickets like the Rockets just did in that innings, I mean, anything's possible. I didn't expect that to be the score to chase. After the scores Flinders have made in the first 3 games of the tournament. So, look, I think if Uni can get off to a good start with the ball in hand, field well, I think they can at least take it really deep and make a game of it. But I think Rockets are definitely in the front seat for sure. Absolutely.
As the Flinders boys are out looking keen, doing a bit of a warm-up here. Really looking forward to seeing Langdon bowl. Taking a couple of twofers in this tournament so far in the knockout games. Doing the job there. Muirhead, we know, is a great player. Can he back up his fantastic little cameo with the bat there? So it's going to be interesting. Very, very interesting to see what happens here. Who's your money on? Who are you tipping so far?
Well, I've got to go with the Rockets, but I mean the Flinders Uni boys have just come out of the rooms, and I mean they've just probably had one of their worst days with the bat. They could possibly have, but they're still happy. They're smiling. They're bubbly. I think that positive energy. I mean, that at least they're having a bit of fun. There's every chance that nice and positive like that. I mean they could probably, they could really do this as a team and get themselves over the line. But I think it's got to be the Rockets for me.
Totally agree with you. It'll be interesting to see how it unfolds. And, of course, our player of the match will be adjudicated by us today. He gets a pair of 2020 Vision sunglasses, the latest in cricket sunglass technology, coming with 5 interchangeable lenses. And after the game net, I might get you to run down and grab our player of the match and get them up here for a bit of a chat and presentation. So 2020 Vision, T20vision.com if you'd like to check them out online. We are at the T20 Vision innings break at the moment, but a lot of other sponsors today. Obviously, we're O'Neill's, which is the key sponsor of this tournament. Done a fantastic job all year, and you can see some of their branding. O'Neill Sports make some fantastic cricket clothing for clubs. Some of their branding around the ground today. From a broadcast perspective, Dartfish, Sports Interactive, Roll the Dice Racing, and Adelaide Starbus are our key sponsors today. But it's just a fantastic day here at Karen Rolton. Just noticed the wind's picked up a little bit.
A little bit, yeah. I mean, that sun's still beating down. It's pretty hot out there, but I guess that little bit of breeze, I don't think it's enough to really impact the game. But it's going to be nice for the fielders out there just to cool them down a bit and keep them comfortable with no shade out there at the moment.
Absolutely. Speaking of the fielders, they are on their way, as are the umpires. A reminder, the umpires today, John Rofe and Neil Clark, heading out. Don't done a good job so far, the umps. I haven't noticed them too much, which is always
that's right.
a good thing.
Haven't been many LBW shouts, though. There was one caught behind shout that was very convincing appeal, and the umpire was having none of it, but it was hard to tell from up here whether that was out or not. But all the Rockets boys were very convinced.
Absolutely. So Flinders just taking their fielding position. They're waiting for the Rockets batters to come out. Just taking their time to come to the wicket here as we await this run chase. As we said, they'll be looking to do it quite quickly, I think, and I think look to get the majority of the runs, or all the runs, from their top 3 or 4 batters here. As we said, very, very strong batting club, the Rockets. Both these clubs play in LO1 competition, which is a fantastic level of cricket. A lot of senior statesmen playing in that competition, but both clubs been at the top of the ladder the last few years. Flinders taking home the premiership last year. Of course, we didn't play finals due to COVID, but both themselves and Rockets also at the top end this year, along with Adelaide Uni.
It looks like they got a slip in place there as well. It's good to see that they're taking the aggressive option. They need to take wickets, and they know that, so they've put a slip in there, which I think is absolutely the right way to go about it.
Definitely. Slip and gully, you definitely need that. What else we got there? We got a third man and fine leg as the 2 fielders back, so hopefully that means they bowl into the wicket. Third man concerns me a little bit, that they might bowl a little bit wide. I think that was the hot spot, as we saw, that and cow corner were the 2 hot spots where the majority of runs were scored during the Flinders innings. So it'll be interesting to see if that man down at third man gets a lot of work. But
if they've got those 2 slips in there, I guess you do have to put a couple of balls out there every over to try and get them into play.
Absolutely.
But it'll be interesting to see how he goes about this with a couple of slips in place. You think he'd want to be pitching it up, making them drive, but I think the batsman would be pretty happy with that in a 2020 game. You got one cover, lots of gaps everywhere. If you get anything on it, it's going to run away.
So Kapoor and Carter are 2 opening batsmen. We'll get you to talk about both of those in a minute. Herman, the bowler, the all-rounder Herman, who spent a lot of time at the wicket, so may have learnt something from the time that he was out there. So Kapoor to face the first ball. Herman comes into him off the long run. Oh, that is jammed into... Oh! Very good start there from Flinders. They would have been up and about after that one. He's bowled that one just short of a length in at the hip. Rushed Kapoor back on the back foot. It's come off the leading edge and almost a fantastic catch at short cover. Couldn't quite reel it in there.
It's a great ball to start off. Back of a length, right? That nasty little spot around the rib cage, and it looked like it definitely beat him for pace, and just couldn't get there. Just couldn't go to hands.
Will that be costly? Obviously, Sachin Kapoor, the captain, potentially their best batter, has a little bit of luck off the first one.
Absolutely.
You need everything to go your way when you've got a low score on the board. Herman comes in again, bowling to Kapoor. Again, same length, just in at the hip. Kapoor works it away. They get a single. It's the first run. He's off the bat. What do we know about Sachin Kapoor, the captain?
Well, he is the captain, 29 years of age. Not sure about the nickname. Might be self-imposed, the star child.
Oh, there you go. Maybe his brother gave him that one.
Maybe. He's obviously a right-hander. He used to play at the Delhi Donkeys.
Right.
And he loves his peppermint tea.
Excellent.
Sachin.
Excellent. And Carter the left hand, so they've got the left hand, right hand opening combination, and Carter about to take strike. Richard Carter. A few last minute field changes there we've actually got an injury. Not quite sure who that is, but it's unfortunate. Had 2 balls. He's had to chase one there off the hip, and looks like it could be a bit of a calf injury from the way he's walking. Hopefully it's not an Achilles.
Doesn't look good.
Very disappointing, but I guess grand final day you are likely to have some extras here that have their cricket kit in the car, so Your sub fielder's a little bit easier on a day like today. Great for the 12th man that he gets to get out there and experience a bit of the day, but very, very disappointing to come off with an injury, and hopefully that doesn't impact their bowling too much. Mind you, we did say through the batting innings that Flinders do have a lot of all-rounders, so hopefully a lot of bowling options for them.
That does hurt though. It just seems like everything that could go wrong is going wrong for them at the moment. Flinders.
As Herman comes in again, bowling to Carter. Well bowled. Short of a lead. That one had great carry with the new ball, didn't it? Little bit faster here, Herman.
Definitely got an extra yard on the Adelaide Rockets opening bowlers, that's for sure.
Absolutely. And look, sometimes that's a good thing, sometimes that's a bad thing. They do different tactics. Obviously, right. Pace is great. Depending on the wicket, as we saw, Rockets were great because they took the pace off and bowled into the wicket. So it'll be interesting to see which tactic works better. That was faster again. Very good diving effort there from the keeper. That's a wide down leg side.
Fantastic stop.
Short ball. Carter launching into a big pull shot. Couldn't connect, and a fantastic take from the keeper there. Diving away, looked flashy. Love to see that one on the replay a little bit later. Best thing about having a game televised is doing some flashy things like that.
Absolutely.
Like we saw with our big Superman dive in the outfield previously. As Herman comes in again, bowling to Carter. Drops that one into short cover. Throw at the stumps, and Carter gets through safely.
You've got to put a bit of mayo on it, Ben, every time.
100%. Grand final day, Rolton Oval, T20 competition.
Perfect time.
Why wouldn't you? So we're none for 3. 2 balls to go in this over. Plenty has happened. We've had a leading edge, almost wicket first ball. An injury to a fielder second ball. And a couple of runs off the bat. Herman comes in again. Kapoor on strike. Again down the leg side. That's a wide. Need a bus, no fuss. Call us, Adelaide Star Bus. 8252 0627. A great broadcast partner of ours today. They do buses for anything, Ned.
Beautiful.
So if you're heading up to the wine festivals in McLaren Vale or Clare Valley or something like that, get onto Starbus.
Keep it in mind.
Not just for the big dogs, mate.
Good time of year to do that as well.
Absolutely. Herman coming into bowl. Kapoor on strike again, struck on the pads. They seem to be targeting the hip and the pads of Kapoor so far.
It's not had a most enjoyable start to his innings, Kapoor, has he?
No, he hasn't.
2 catch him on the gloves first ball, and then that one there thumping into, looked like a thigh pad.
Absolutely. I think he's identified he can probably take a bit of time to get himself in on this wicket. And know it's tough batting conditions out there.
Absolutely.
He's one of obviously their captain, but their best player, their most experienced player with the bat this year as well. So Herman comes in again to him. Well dug out there. Very lovely Yorker and a fantastic start. That's exactly what Flinders would have been after to start with. So a wicket would have been nice, but none for 4 off the first over. Very good start from Herman. So talk to us about Carter. We looked at him quickly, but we didn't get to talk much about him, our other opener.
Oh, the Panda, the left-hander. He used to play at Grange Cricket Club. It's a great club down towards the beach.
Your part of the world?
That is near me. That's my first club as well. His best cricket moment, Saka One Day Cup final for Port Adelaide. He must have played a bit down there as well. And he loves the chicken palmy, iced coffee.
If that's the Farmers Union variety. And
I wonder if that's his pre-game.
Along with his favourite song, Eye of the Tiger,
That's
maybe
right.
to fire himself
There
up.
you go.
Iced coffee, palmy, and Eye of the Tiger. There you go. As he faces Muirhead, the bowler, off the short run. It's T20 cricket, you see it all, don't you, Ned? We've had a fast bowler with the keeper up, to the stumps off the long run in the Rockets innings. Now we've got the fast bowler with the short run and the keeper right back in the Rockets innings as Carter walks it. Muirhead there trying to smack him back over his head. Big swing and a miss.
You could see a bit of variety.
Absolutely.
Looks like he really slings it down a bit though. If that
He
short
does.
run is sneaky quick.
Muirhead comes in again. Oh, it's hitting the pad. Big shout. Got another good take from the keeper. Umpire shakes his head. I have faced Muirhead before in LO1's cricket, and you're right, he does sneak up on you. He's a lot quicker than you think off the short run. He puts a lot of shoulder into it. He bowls again. Inside edge there from Carter. Can't beat the short, fine leg fielder.
Well, it looks like you're ready to face up, and he'd sneak up on you a bit as well with that short run up. You look up, and he's probably already halfway through his bowling action.
Absolutely. And you've just got that big beard dangling at you as well behind the arm. He comes in again, strikes him on the pads again, Carter. Again, the umpire shakes his head. They've done very, very well so far at not giving either batter any width. They're just keeping it nice and tight. In at the body, in at the pads so far. Getting through the overs quickly. Muirhead comes in again, walking at him there, Carter. That one's skied up in the air. Will he catch it? And he does. That's exactly what they wanted. Carter has to go. Like the intent there, walking at Muirhead, trying to get it over the fielder, but he just couldn't. Perhaps held up in the wicket again, perhaps a little bit of a leading edge, and he's taken nicely there at mid-off. Muirhead gets his first. Rockets 1 for 4 in reply.
2 overs gone as well. I mean,
absolutely.
All of a sudden, Flinders Uni, they're gonna have a real sniff now. 1 for 4 after 2. That's a great start. If they can have a couple of tight overs for the rest of the power play and maybe take another 1 or 2 wickets like the Rockets did, I mean, it's game on, isn't it?
Absolutely. As you always say, runs on the board in the final is great. So you got that pressure on, particularly if you can take early wickets. We called that. They'll be looking to go again. Fantastic first over there from Muirhead. And again, another wicket caught today. The majority of our wickets have all been caught. So Herman to bowl again.
Definitely be something to think about if you're playing on here next or later on today.
Absolutely. Fragona, the new batter. Take strike, another left-hander facing Herman. Fires it in at his pads, and that's played away nicely. Good positive running. Come back for the second, but not on that arm. Very well fielded there down at fine leg. Fragona off the mark first ball. Adelaide Rockets 1 for 5. Chasing 97. So a great start there from Flinders, chasing or defending 97. Wickets in hand will be key, I think, today. They need Kapoor to bat a long time as Herman comes into him. Kapoor plays that one nicely, just down in front of point, gets through for an easy single. Good running between the two.
And that's something that Flinders probably could have done a little bit better. Pinch a few more singles, turn some ones into twos, and it looks like the Rockets are, they're definitely made that one of their main focuses. There's been a few quick singles already that the Uni probably didn't pinch and could have.
Like a good out cricket team, don't they? Fielded very well.
Absolutely.
Good intent running between the wickets. Herman comes in again. Short ball there. Umpire signals that's one for the over, son. Just letting Fragona know he can't just camp on that front shoe today.
Looks like he's not afraid to bowl a short ball, is he?
Absolutely. See a bit of pace. And that's the difference, isn't it? Like, obviously from this end, probably downhill, and he's getting some decent carry. We didn't really see that in the Rockets innings. Herman in again, bowling to Fragona. Swung away, and that's hit behind points already through the gully area with the third man down there. Picks it up nicely. Nice throw back in. Batters get through for a single. So it will be interesting, Ned, to see if this is just the pace of Herman that's getting the ball to have that carry, or if the wicket's sort of starting to flatten out a little bit, which will be interesting for the rest of the day. Herman comes in, bowling to Kapoor.
That looked like a slow ball.
It did look like a slow ball.
Yeah, it's interesting. I mean, we've had some pretty hot weather for the first innings so far, and that sun's been out the whole time, bar the last probably 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
So there's no doubt that it's gonna get harder and harder as it goes on, and it definitely would be slightly harder than the start of the day. But I think it's probably mainly the pace of his bowling and his letting it go from a pretty high release point.
Absolutely, as he comes in again, bowling to Kapoor. Little inside edge through the legs there. Get through for one. Good pick up. That is the end of another good over from Herman. Score 1 for 8 off 3 in reply. Adelaide Rockets, of course, chasing 97. Batter's just getting a feel for this wicket. Difference in tactics so far, as we've discussed previous. Flinders a little bit quicker, looking to hit the deck hard, bowl a bit faster, whereas Rockets are taking the pace off, started with spin.
And they had spin almost the whole way throughout their
First
innings.
over, yeah.
I think they did throughout their
second over, yeah.
Their whole innings, they had spin going from one end, so to speak. So it's interesting to see how the two teams differ in that manner.
Absolutely. Muirhead into Kapoor there. He just punches one off his thigh pad to mid-wicket for no run. And looking forward to watching Kapoor bat. As you said, he's made a couple of good scores already this tournament. 43 not out, 53 not out. Be the key to the run chase here as he drops that one to third man. Big throw at the stumps. Good take, but Fragona got through comfortably enough. Another single to Kapoor.
Fragona was on his heels a bit there at the non-striker's end, and lucky that it was a quick call from Kapoor. Otherwise, there was every chance that it could have ended in a run out there.
Skipper calls yes, you got to go, right?
Absolutely.
Even if it is your call. Muirhead in again. A little bit of a leading edge, almost straight back to the bowler there. Well bowled from Muirhead. Another example of one probably holding in the wicket a little bit. Fragona survives though. Never really a chance. Muirhead in again. Getting through these overs quickly. Fragona walks at him. Big swing outside the off stump and swing and a miss again. Racing through these overs, Muirhead. Sure run. Plenty of talk from the Flinders boys. Oh, that's run beautifully down through third man. Or to third man, should I say. For another single.
Bit of a Adelaide Rockets faithful up on the hill over there in front of the...
It's in the red shirts by the
Royal
White
Adelaide
Tower.
Hospital, yeah.
Absolutely.
Looks like that Esky's pretty well set up there. I don't think that's going to move.
Absolutely. Early couple of beers. Unfortunately, the bar's not open today due to COVID regulations, but Muirhead comes in again, bowling to Kapoor this time. Lets that one go. That ends the over. Muirhead 1 for 3 from his 2 overs so far. Fantastic start for him. Rockets 1 for 10 from 4. Yeah, good little contingent from Adelaide Rockets there. It'll be interesting to see what the PAC contingent brings. They've got teams in both the next 2 games today and the 2 grand finals, so whether they take over that hill later today and it's a different colour of red,
there's every chance.
Remain to be seen, but a fantastic day for cricket here at Karen Rolton. 3 big games in the 2020 finals, the O'Neill Sports Adelaide Turf 2020 finals. can't wait to see what happens, and always something happening in 2020 cricket, and never over till it's over. And as we've seen here, Flinders defending a low score, and Singh is the new bowler. Bowling to Fragona, and almost has an impact straight away. What do we know about Singh from a bowling point of view, Ned? Besides the fact he's another one off the short run with the keeper back and getting through his overs quickly. Fragona walks at him, swings that one down towards mid-off, and he gets through for a quick single.
Well, he calls himself an all-rounder, so we'll see
Yep.
how he goes with the ball here. Looks he's trundling down some mediums. His junior club was back in India. Nickname Mr. Cricket.
There you go. Must love it. Potentially that's what he's talking to the umpire about then.
It's every chance.
As he comes in now, bowling to Kapoor. Dug out beautifully. Another Yorker there. Quick single. Well judged there. Gets through. He moves to 5 off 11. Rockets 1 for 12. Fragona to take the strike again. Singh coming into him. Oh, he's hit it straight to mid-wicket and called yes. Don't want to burn the captain there, but the fielder just slung that one back in. Wasn't really a chance with that throw, but geez, you want to be careful. You don't want to run out the captain in a grand final, do you?
If he kept his feet there, the man at mid-wicket or short cover there, that was one of the easier run-outs you'd see. He just lost his footing and couldn't get a throw off.
Grand final pressure in the field as Singh comes in again. A lovely Yorker there. Very nice from Kapoor. He's just dug that one out again for a single. So not a lot of boundaries from Rockets so far. They seem to be rotating the strike pretty well, and obviously only 2 down. I think we haven't got the comparison at this stage, but we know that Flinders were about 3 wickets down, probably 10 runs ahead of where Rockets are at this point in the game, but Rockets just feeling it out. It's important they keep rotating the strike, don't dig themselves into a hole though and put too much pressure on the back end as Singh comes in again. Bowling to Fragona, another good single. Good pick up there, throw at the stumps from Muirhead.
I think that they're playing this well, but I mean their run rate is still only 3. They don't want to let it really drop too much, because otherwise, and it is only a small total, but it can sneak up on you quite quickly in a shorter form game.
Absolutely.
And after 5 overs to only be on 16, they'd probably want to be on a bit more than that.
And we're going to throw to a quick commercial break. We'll be back right after this. And we're back. Rayner, the new bowler, bowling to Fragona. There's a wide there to start for him, start his spell. So we're the second 5 over block here, Ned. Obviously, to get through the games quicker, we bowl 5 overs at each end, 5 over blocks. So this is our first look, or the first look for the Flinders bowlers from this hospital end. Rayner comes in again. It's very interesting as a bowler. If you bowl opening up, you've got to sort of get used to. You can't pick your favourite end. You kind of get used to bowling a couple from one, and then if you'd like to bowl your first or your 3 or 4 up front, then you might have to bowl one from the other end. So
that's right, and especially on an oval like this, there is a little bit of a slope going down towards the hospital.
Pushing uphill this one.
That's right.
Rayner comes in again. Bowling to Fragona.
You've got to make sure you keep that in mind when you're marking out your run up at the other end. Is that extra little half a metre you probably get or more just from running downhill. To make sure that you don't bowl any no-ease, because free hits, they're costly with a total like this.
Absolutely. It'd be interesting to see if Herman just prefers the other end bowling downhill with his carries. Rayner comes in again. Fragona just chips that one up off the hip for a quick single. Yeah, a lot of different tactics to think about in the 2020 format. Of course, we're using a pink ball as well, which is a little bit different. Does different things, sort of shines in a different way. It's a little bit softer as well through the innings, depending on the conditions you play in. So,
no one deep on the leg side in front of square leg. I have a feeling that Kapoor might have a little go here.
Rayner comes in. Nice shot. It's straight to cover.
Oh.
Again, Flinders had a half chance and couldn't hit. Take those opportunities today.
Direct hit would have been really interesting there.
Absolutely.
But yeah, I think it's coming to the point now with one down. You've probably got to take some calculated risks just to make this chase a little bit easier, because it's going to get pretty nerve-wracking if they leave it to the last couple of overs chasing 90 odd.
Absolutely, as you said, you don't want to leave too much to the back end. But you also, it's a mix, isn't it? Because they haven't seen Rayner yet, so they want to have a slight look at him.
Yeah, it is all about, calculating the risk. I mean, this is the last over of the power play. You can see the gaps.
Yep.
And you just got to choose your best shot and just go with that one. But it's probably coming to the time where you've got to take one now.
Rayner into Fragona. That's a lovely shot. Races away across this outfield. That is going to go for 4. A very nice shot from Fragona there. Just a little bit too straight from Rayner in at the hip. Fragona played that beautifully. Raced away across this fast outfield.
The power play done. I think Flinders Uni will be pretty happy with that. And I've only taken 1 wicket, which is probably more important than keeping the run rate down. But there's every chance that if they keep them under 4 and over, they're going to take wickets just on the basis of having a solid run rate and forcing them to play shots.
I think both teams would be pretty happy right now.
That's right.
Flinders potentially would have liked another wicket or 2 early, but this chase certainly hasn't got away from them. And on the flip side, Rockets just controlling it nicely. They're not getting too tied down. They're rotating the strike quite well. Only lost 1 wicket, so plenty in hand. And obviously Kapoor, their captain, their best bat still out there. Unfortunately lost Carter, but they'd be pretty happy at the moment. We're having a look at Langdon now as he comes in, bowling to Kapoor. Short of a length, he just played a pull shot. Can't beat the deep fielder. Get through for a single. Yeah, I think when it's a chasing, when you're chasing a low score, you just think at some point you want 1 big over.
Yeah,
so
that's right.
They're not getting too bogged down. They're ticking it over. They're, as I said, going at almost 4 and over just with singles. Haven't had a lot of boundaries. At some point, they'll be backing themselves to get themselves set, have a big over, and hopefully that reins in this chase nicely for them. Langdon comes in again. Struck on the back pad. Big shout from the keeper. The bowler didn't look interested.
I think you see, at a higher level, domestic and international level, when there's a small total posted, the team chasing often tries to get it, at a relatively quick rate, just because it's easier to do it with an attacking field set from the opposition.
100%. Langdon comes in. Short of length, that's going to be 4. And that's the thing, when you're chasing a low score, you don't need to do anything silly there. You just know you're going to get a bad ball at some point if you can put it away like that. And as the game goes on, Flinders have to take wickets to win this. So they're going to try a little bit more, probably push a little bit harder, and that gives you the opportunity as a batter to score, as long as you are in a positive frame of mind and you can cash in. So just like that, Fragona, a fantastic shot. He moves to 15 off 17 balls. Kapoor 8 off 14, playing a bit of an anchor role at the moment. 1 for 28. Langdon in again. Just swings that one away. Comes out towards deep mid-wicket for a single.
He looks really strong behind square, doesn't he?
He does.
They've put a couple of balls on his hips now, and they've finally put someone out there at deep backward square. But if they bowl a couple of balls like that again, 2 more fours could almost,
Yeah.
could almost do it, if he stays out there for a little longer.
Langdon comes in again, bowling to Kapoor this time. Big full toss. He's hit that nicely, Kapoor, but can't beat mid-off. Good diving stop there, and they get through for a single. 1 ball to go in this over. Yeah, you're 100% right there, Ned. It's 2020 cricket. You got to think on the field, and it seems a lot faster and a lot harder to think. But I'd like to see them adjust their line a little bit here to Fragona and bowl a little bit wider of off stump, just like that.
Yeah, I've still got a slip in place as well.
Yep.
I'm not sure if the ball's moving, but I mean, if it's not, I think you're better off with this pace, maybe taking him out, putting him, in a short cover, or putting him on the boundary as well, because Fragona's having a bit of a go.
Absolutely.
I haven't seen anything go through the cord in the last few overs.
No, probably bowling. We talked about bowling at the stumps, but potentially a little bit too straight at the leg or the hip there.
Done it now for Kapoor. They've taken it out, moved him to more of a backward point.
So these last 2 overs have been good for Rockets. They've gone for 7. Both Rayner none for 7. Langdon none for 7. Rayner coming in again. So they've gone to 7s the last 2, just controlling it nicely. Couple of singles, hit the bad ball for 4.
It's just smart batting, isn't it? I mean, they do really look like they've got this under control. And I think they know that if these two if they bat together for the next 10 overs, they'll win this pretty comfortably.
2 good overs, and they're already a third of the way there, 1
Absolutely.
for 30. A little bit wider. They've got to try something here, Flinders. Something to get a wicket. That run rate jumped to 4.9. Had been holding sort of mid to low 3s. Jumped up after 2 good overs. 1 for 30, 7.2 gone. Rayner. I think it's time for spin.
Absolutely, I couldn't agree more with that.
Rayner comes in, Nick there again, and
as I mentioned, taking first slip out. Straight through there.
it's probably one of the first ones they bowled that is actually a ball 2 slip that is nickable, and
might not have carried.
No. Yeah, I think obviously we saw this pitch was a little bit slow in the first innings, and if you've got some spin, just bring it on. The batters have to then play at every ball. At the moment, they're starting to look comfortable. They can leave a few balls if they want, getting ahead of this rate. They can drop and run, whereas spin, have a mid-wicket, have a cover. Rayner comes in again. Just makes it a little bit harder. The batters have to create their own pace. They don't get that release shot through third man or off their hip.
And I think that I'm quite surprised that they didn't bring it on at least straight after the power play for the 7th over. But even, give them a go like the Rockets did early in the power play, a couple of quick overs, sneak through, and they might be in a, take a couple of wickets, get themselves in a really good position.
100%. Rayner in again. And that's a lovely shot. Just walked at him. Fragona walked at Rayner, punched that through. Hung the air a little bit, but never looked like being caught. 4 runs, just wide of mid-off there. He moves along to 20 from 21. He's catching up nicely to the runner ball mark. 1 for 35. 1 ball to go in this 7th over. Yeah, obviously in the first 6 you've got to take wickets, so bowl your best bowlers, bowl your best wicket-taking ball. Rayner comes in again. Another quick single there.
Great batting.
Very good batting from Fragona. Mid-off was probably back on his heels a little bit after the last shot and judged that brilliantly, as you said. Good batting.
That's just smart batting. So calculated and so low risk. I mean, playing a shot over the fielder on the ring, that looks like a pretty strong shot for him. Pushing him back a few metres, just dropping and run, getting himself off strike. Well, I guess keeping himself on strike for this over, but that's really low risk cricket.
Absolutely.
So smart.
1 for 36 from 8. Langdon the bowler. Fragona to face again. 21 off 22. Just hits that one towards, I guess you'd call it almost
backward
in
point.
between. Yeah, well, it's a backward point, almost gully line.
Very backward, isn't it?
Yeah, very. But
Langdon probably got away with that a bit.
in the right spot, the fielder.
Yeah.
After that ball, Langdon comes in again. And again,
Picking him out.
picking him out beautifully. Kapoor, the other batsman, 10 off 18.
Seems like he's been starved a bit of the strike, Kapoor, recently, but faced a lot of balls in the first 2 overs.
Yeah, so I guess if you're the opener and you've faced 18 balls, your number 3 has faced 24, then he's certainly been controlling the strike, but he's rotated it nicely there for him. Another single to Fragona. Moves along to 22 from 25. Kapoor will get to face now. 3 balls to go in this over. Just a few little tweaks to the field. They're bringing the slip back in. Langdon comes in. Quite full there. Kapoor's hit that straight to mid-on. Couldn't quite beat the fielder. Called yes straight away and gets through comfortably. Another single for him. He moves to 11 from 19.
Mentioned it before, but their running's been fantastic. It's already probably got them an extra 10 runs on the board.
Absolutely.
It just makes that total look so much smaller.
Positive intent to run, hasn't it? Like a couple of dicey ones that if they were picked up cleanly, as Langdon was in again, that was down the leg side, another wide. Yeah, if they were picked up cleanly and the throw hit the stumps, it potentially would have been out. But, they've backed themselves, haven't they? And they've responded to each other quite well, which is good, and put the fielders back under pressure.
Right.
And
You've got to give credit to the batting pair for making those fielders make the mistakes with their pressure.
Langdon into Fragona now. And big stride, looking to hit through cover. But a big swing and miss.
He's trying to go for that shot over cover again. The first ball in the over. He went over there and like he was trying to do it again, but just couldn't get it away.
Good with the gloves there, Fernando. Langdon in again. Oh, that one's down the leg side and he's given him. So that may have been LBW, I think. I didn't see the bails fall off there, so bit of a fuller one. Fragona tried to flick that one down to fine leg, and
looks like bail did come off. Must have clipped leg stump, I think. Hard to tell from here.
We will keep you posted what the score updates that is. It's a potentially LBW, but nonetheless, Fragona has to go 22 off 26. Looked pretty good chasing a low score. No doubt he would have liked to go on with that. It was bowled. Always interesting when the bowler turns around and appeals at the umpire and then and it is bowled, but very well bowled from Langdon there. 1 for 10 from his 2 overs now. Barbaro, the new batsman, what do we know about him? Ned? As he comes in. 2 for 39 off 9 overs. Just a slight hiccup there, but they're controlling this chase quite well at this point. Plenty of wickets in hand. Singh will come on to bowl his second, but while he's making some adjustments to his field, Kapoor will face. What do we know about Barbaro?
Don Barbaro is 27. He used to play at the PBX Academy. Not sure.
Singh in. Oh, there's another one. There's 2 in 2 balls. Kapoor is gone, tried to play a big off/cover drive, and he's nicked off. Very good catch from the keeper.
That's huge, isn't it?
Kapoor's got to go. There's your 2 established players out. 2 fresh batters at the crease. Rockets, after looking solid at 1 for 39, all of a sudden 3 for 39. Still life in Flinders, defending 97.
Couple of massive wickets and really gives them a sniff now. They'll be really up and about out there, hoping, it's probably their two best batsmen.
Yep.
Arguably, both going out straight away. 2 new batsmen in there. they'll be really cock-a-hoot, thinking that they're every chance, and they probably are now.
Absolutely. A little bit of, I guess, panic might go through the Rockets camp with 2 quick wickets. The blokes quickly getting their gear together, putting their pads on, putting their gloves on.
It's easy for a bit of a middle order collapse in finals cricket.
We've also seen, sorry to cut you off, that it's a tough wicket to start on, a tough wicket to bat on. So no doubt Flinders, they love a chat in the field. They'll be telling the new batters that, putting them under as much pressure as they can, and obviously seeing with the short run-up rushing through his overs quickly. If they get another one here, they're right back in at Flinders. Kokotis to face the first ball. Oh, it's out! I'm not sure if he's thinks he hit that one. Kokotis. He's indicating that was right off the glove, but the umpire very quick to fire him LBW there. And that is 3 in 3 balls there for Flinders, and they are back. Rockets absolutely slumping. They are now 4 for 39. Panic goes through again. Kokotis looking back at the umpire still, walking off, shaking his head, but he's got to go.
It is hard to tell from here, but he's not happy, is he, Kokotis? And
no.
Either way, the umpire's absolutely fired him straight away. He's got a sense of the occasion. He wants to make a game out of it.
Bad decision or not getting out first ball on Karen Rolton in a grand final. You're never going to be happy with.
No, that's right.
May have been a little bit unlucky there, but 4 for 39. This is great fight from Flinders here. They've hung in so far and didn't drop their heads. Obviously, they're 1 for 39 a couple of minutes ago. Game slipping away from them, but Singh's come back in and taken 2 wickets in 2 balls.
On a hat-trick now.
2 for 6. He is on a hat-trick. They've got the slip in, they've got the gully in, they've got the catching mid-wicket. Bowling to Coleman. Singh comes in. Oh! Bit of a half leave there from Coleman. Very good hat-trick ball there from Singh. 4 for 39 off 9.3, Ned.
Looked pretty tight, that leave.
Absolutely. Singh comes in again. Bowling to Coleman. Just on the front foot, looking to get through this over. Now confidently, both batters batting in a hat. In a cap, the club cap. Now I did ask you about Barbaro before, and I'll ask you about Coleman. Oh, a little half leave again. They're up and about here. Flinders. So Coleman's on strike. We've got 1 ball to go in this over. What do we know about Coleman with the bat?
Well, you can see it from here. He's got the right nickname, the Rig.
The Rig?
Jason Coleman.
Singh comes in again to him. He's flicked that one down. Almost a run-out chance. Couldn't beat the fine leg fielder, but it runs off the bat nonetheless. Coleman off the mark, and that's the end of a fantastic over from Singh. 2 for 7 for him from his 2 overs. The score, Adelaide Rockets 4 for 40 off 10 overs. We're going to go to a quick break as we change ends, and we'll be right back after this. Welcome back, and we are 4 for 40 Adelaide Rockets from 10 overs as we start our third block of 5. Of course, chasing 97. Flinders finishing 8 for 97 from their 20 overs. Herman is going to come back onto bowl. He bowled a very good 2 overs to start with, none for 8 of his figures so far. Barbaro hasn't faced a ball yet. Coleman on strike, he's 1 from 4. To being 1 for 39 a couple of minutes ago, Rockets are now 4 for 40. As Herman comes into bowl. Oh, there's an inside edge from Coleman.
Well, that's probably a pretty good idea, bringing Herman back on the opener. He's probably looked, I mean, I guess he hasn't taken any wickets, but he really looked like it early.
Yep.
And I think they know they need to keep taking wickets and keep piling it on now. with 2 new batsmen, it's probably a good move bringing him back on earlier.
Totally agreed. One that could go either way, though. He's obviously a bit quicker. Certainly getting a lot of carries. The quickest bowler we've seen today. Can either come back on, and if he does bowl at the stumps or get a nick, then obviously works very well for you. Very good drop and run there from Barbaro. Get himself off the mark. But if you are bowling a bit shorter of a length and you do have that pace and carry, you can go for a few runs. So, as we know, defending a low score.
Absolutely. I mean, you see
Can't
that at
afford
a
to have
higher
one
level.
big over.
Billy Stanlake's probably a perfect example of that. He looks like the scariest bowler you'll ever see, and he goes for a lot of runs behind point.
Absolutely. Herman, some bowling to Coleman. Runs in. Coleman looking good intent to drive there. The rig.
You can see from here he's definitely puts a lot of time
Big strong boy
into himself in the gym.
You'd imagine if he hits one, it'll stay hit.
Yeah, I'm thinking that's going to be the case.
Facing up to Herman now. Lovely shape. Very well fielded off his own bowling. Just basically picking up where he left off here, Herman. So Barbaro, talk to us about him.
So as I quickly mentioned before those flurry of wickets, he played at the PBX Academy as his junior club. He's played in one of these prior T20 Grand Finals, so he's got a bit of experience. And yeah, at 27, he's probably got a fair bit of cricket experience, you'd think.
Herman into bowl. Could have potentially been wide there, but not called by the umpire. High above shoulder. Coleman tried to flay that one over point. So he is a third man in, so seen Herman use the short ball a couple of times today, and bowled it quite well with his pace on this wicket as he comes in again, bowling to Coleman. Bit fuller. Thickish outside edge down to third man for a single. Coleman moves to 3 from 9 balls. End of another good Herman over. He has bowled 3 overs, none for 11. Adelaide Rockets 4 for 43 and 11 overs gone. So run rate falls below 4 again, 3.91. Barbaro 1 off 1.
Really in the balance, isn't it?
It is.
For a low-scoring game, it's been a fantastic contest, and it's really kept you enthralled the whole way through. I still don't know who's actually got the upper hand at the moment.
Absolutely, and we talked about it in the pre-game. Both these teams capable of scoring big runs, but it's really been the bowling that stood up, hasn't it, on this wicket? So we thought it was going to be a flat sort of through the week. Just every other game that's been played on Karen Rolton has been an absolute road and a fantastic outfield. Muirhead back onto bowl from this end. That's down the leg side. Fantastic take from the keeper there. And not given wide by the umpire, interestingly enough.
I think it's
Fernando
gone in
with the
between
gloves.
the stumps and his pads there.
Yep. Probably feel like he missed out there.
It's flown through the keeper though. He's taken that well. He's taken a few diving catches now, hasn't he?
He has. Muirhead back on. Lovely shot there, but can't... Oh, he has beaten the field. Slight misfield there at cover. Coleman moves to 4. Barbaro will face his second ball now. Muirhead. Interestingly, too, here, we've had the 2 specialists from each end so far
right.
with the ball. Oh, he's walked at him beautifully. That is a lovely shot from Barbaro. Walked at Muirhead, crunched that one through the covers for 4.
It's one of the best shots of the day for me. That was beautiful.
Absolutely. Relieves a bit of pressure. Always good if you can do that. Create a bit of pace for yourself. Get a nice length. Played that beautifully, didn't it? All the way along the carpet. Beautiful to watch.
It's a tight gap to Pearce as well, and he did it beautifully. It's forced the field change as well. They put deep cover out. But yeah, that was a fantastic shot, piercing that small gap.
Absolutely. Muirhead comes in again. Barbaro walks at him again. Just punches it to mid-off. There was a slight interest in a single, but they didn't take it. 4 for 48 now. Every boundary is key chasing a low total, isn't it? It's a real dent. Muirhead coming back in again, bowling to Barbaro. Just drops that one at his feet, gets through for a quick single. Beautiful running from these two.
Yeah, that's a really big boundary, especially after those two or three really quick wickets. It's got to relax all the boys in the rooms for sure.
Absolutely. Coleman taking a bit of a lead from Barbaro and walking at the bowler here. It might have been something they discussed in between overs. Not sure if Muirhead will like that too much, but ends his over. 1 for 8. His figures so far of 3. Bowled very, very tightly again. 4 for 49 Adelaide Rockets. Chasing 97. The cloud cover has come over today. It's been a beautiful day so far. The sun goes behind the cloud. It does drop a little bit. It feels a bit cooler up here with that breeze.
Definitely drops a few degrees.
Herman to bowl his final over as he comes in, bowling to Barbaro. Barbaro walks at him again. That one's hit through the covers. Will it go? The chase is on. Reined in beautifully. Fantastic slide. Good to see how to mate there in support. Batters get through for 3. Very good running. Run rate back up over 4 now. Score moves to 52. 4 for 52 from 12.1. Coleman 4, Barbaro 9 from 5. Good little cameo from Barbaro here. Good intent. Herman comes in, bowling to Coleman. And he has bowled him off stump. As a fast bowler, you love seeing that.
Absolutely, and as a huge wicket, they needed another one. They need to keep taking the wickets, and that's the 5th for them now. Especially Herman's last over, he really needed to make an impact, and he has there.
Beautiful fast bowling, just seeing off stump. Knocked back, bails flying everywhere. Just indicating that ball moved a little bit off the seam. Probably not what you want to do with the new batters coming in.
No, probably not.
But Flinders, they just won't go away, will they?
They won't.
A couple of times you feel like Rockets just getting on top, and they've managed to take wickets. The last time, 3 of them very, very quickly. This time, just again, Rockets, couple of boundaries, couple of multiples, a 3.
They're really battling, and they're fighting so hard. It's great to see them really not give up at any point of this game. A perfect example of it with their tail enders when they were 8 down. Build a little partnership, and now they're, at 1 for 30, you thought it was all over. The Rockets were just going to walk this one in, but 4
absolutely
wickets now out of the blue, and they're right back in it, almost on top here. It's really in the balance.
Absolutely. So Perotta, the new batsman coming to the crease, a left-hander. What have you got for us on Perotta, Ned? As Herman comes into him, we'll get our first look with his tail up. Oh, fires that one in full. Most Yorker length at the stumps. Perotta just digs that one out.
So he's a former Woodville District Cricket Club player, so he's played a fair bit of district cricket over the years, it seems. Fair bit of experience there. And he's made a 250-run partnership with his skipper, Sachin Kapoor.
Great.
So definitely some batting still to come for the Rockets.
100%. Herman comes into him again. Oh! Bit of a play and a miss. Hands go to the head from Herman. It's been a very good over from him so far. Very, very lively. This game just hanging on a knife edge at the moment. I feel it could go either way. See a couple of boundaries really take the pressure off Rockets chasing this low score, but Flinders just building pressure with every dot ball. Herman coming in again. Bowls to Perotta. Big swing and a miss again. Did I see Perotta's favourite food was bacon and eggs as well?
I think you did. Yep.
Mixing that with Cooper's Light as a favourite drink. That's
I don't know.
interesting one.
Not for me, but each to their own, I guess.
You're looking to dig into a few of those after getting the boys home this afternoon. If he has his way, as Herman comes into him again. Just punch that one through. That's a lovely shot off the front foot. Racing away, short boundary. That's beautifully timed. It's a shorter back lift. Really just punched that one and it raced away across the outfield, didn't it?
It was a fantastic shot and just really good timing. He's just placed it there, hasn't he? And to that short boundary, beautiful timing in the gap. And it's raced away, and that's a huge boundary to finish the over. It was a really good over from Herman.
Absolutely.
Probably almost deserved another wicket there. He got a few half chances almost, few plays and misses.
Yep.
He thought that he was really in with a sniff, and that last ball, that really hurts Flinders there.
Absolutely. We're going to see Muirhead again, bowling to Barbaro, 5 for 56 from 13. Barbaro continues his tactic of walking at the bowler. This time couldn't beat the bowler himself. We do have a deep long off. So if he does get it past the bowler, 1 or 2 runs, depending on how well he hits it, how straight he hits it. Muirhead in again, on a little bit wider.
I think it's a good tactic as well, walking in.
Agreed.
The keeper's not up to the stump, so there's no danger of getting stumped. And it's create a bit of pace, especially when you're not trying to go over the top.
Smart bowling as well, isn't it? Like he's taken those last 2 a bit away from the batter.
Very risky though. They got third man and point both up in the ring.
Yep.
Just get a little bit of bat in it. If it goes in the gap, that's probably going to go for at least a couple of runs.
Oh, that one's hung in the air, but will land safely. Barbaro, another single.
It's been a great start to the over for Muirhead. It's important he finishes off now and really, makes the most of his good start to the over with a wicket or another couple of dots. That's going to give them a chance to really stay in with a chance here.
I wouldn't mind seeing him bowl a bit of a sniff, bowl something upstairs to Barbaro if he's walking out in there. Lovely shot from Perrotta. Just drops it at his feet, gets through for a single. Yeah, obviously he's an experienced player, Muirhead. Can bowl quite quickly, and they don't have a lot of runs on the board, but the bloke walking at you, and he looks like he might be premeditating it a little bit, so just sort of maybe bowl a bit of a sniff just to keep him accountable. He takes the pace off, and Barbaro just drops that one at his feet for a single.
It's good over, though, from Muirhead.
Absolutely. 1 for 10, or 1 for 11 from his spell. That's him done. Very good spell of bowling for him. So 14 overs gone. We're 5 for 59. Chasing 97. Barbaro 11 off 10. Perrotta 5 off 5.
I think this is a really big over. Just if the Rockets can, set themselves up for the last 5 with a big 10-run over here, it almost puts them, so close to home. But on the flip side, if Flinders can have a really tight over, maybe pick up 1 or 2 wickets, and they're probably in the box seat for the last 5.
Seeing the bowler, and he changed it last time, didn't he? He came on and immediately had an impact. Took 2 wickets in 2 balls. Couldn't quite get the hat trick, but has bowled very, very well. Obviously 2 for 7 from 2 overs. So again, this is a massive over. Barbaro on strike to him. What will Singh do? We've got a deep cow. We've got a deep long off. Barbaro walks at him. He's hit that one to mid-on for a single. Good pick up and throw, hits the stumps, but he was safely back. First direct hit we've had today. Barbaro 12 off 12. Perrotta 5 off 5. Good intent from these 2 Rockets batsmen. You just feel like they're starting to get on top again, but every time that's happened, they've lost a wicket. So they'll be hoping that these 2 can just go on with it. There's still best part of 6 overs to go, so plenty of time to get these runs. Run rate not a problem. Singing again. That one looked very wide, but as you say, well bowled in the end.
Well, as long as it wasn't a wide, it was well bowled.
Absolutely.
Umpire didn't put his arms up, so you got to give credit to the bowler there.
Singing again off a couple of steps. Swung away. That one could go for 4. Thickish outside edge, and it has through the gully region. No third man in, and that has gone for 4.
I was going to mention, if you're going to bowl that ball, you probably want a third man or a point out there on the boundary, especially with that short one as well. There's not much margin for error. You've got to get it spot on, don't you?
Definitely. 5 for 64, Rockets. Singing again. Bowling to Perrotta. There's a half appeal there. Done very well with the gloves here today, Fernando. Oh, a pick up and a throw there. Batters get through for a quick single. This is the end of the over. We have 15 gone. We'll go to a quick break and come back very, very soon. Welcome back into our last 5 over block of this, the first T20 Grand Final in the O'Neill Sports Adelaide Turf T20 Finals today. Adelaide Rockets 5 for 65 with 5 overs remaining, chasing 97. Rayner coming into bowl. He's bowling to Perrotta. Drops that one down. He's got to run quickly. Oh! If that hit, he was not even in the frame. Very, very good pick up and throw there.
Would have been a phenomenal run out if
Absolutely.
he hit there.
They have backed themselves with the running today. Barbaro to take strike now.
I think that could almost be, the way it's looking, it could be the difference at the end of the game. You know, the quick singles that they've taken that Flinders probably didn't as much as they could have.
Rainier again. Barbaro again. This tactic of walking at the bowlers has worked well for him so far. That one hung up in the air. Thick outside edge. They get through for the second.
It's great running again. That's another perfect example of that. It's probably about 15 runs at least, I think. Probably almost 20 now that they've pinched. Pinched from quick singles and turning ones into twos. It's really helped them get closer to this total.
Absolutely. Again, walking at the bowler. This time swing and a miss. Barbaro 14 off 14. Perrotta 11 off 10. Current run rate's 4.39. 5 for 68 off 15.3. Rayner the bowler, none for 16. He's 2.5 so far. He comes in again, bowling to Barbaro. Again, couple of steps, walks out, and this one's high in the air. Oh, dropped. Short cover there. Might have been the captain there, Simon Potker. He took the hat off early to give himself vision. Threw it down on the ground. Got to it comfortably. Just couldn't hold that one.
It's smart bowling from Rayner again. He's done that the last few times. Every time Barbaro tries to walk at him, he just drops it another 1 or 2 feet shorter. It's just harder to get on top of.
Rayner in again. Looking to drop it at his feet, Perrotta. 5 for 69. Last ball of this 16th over. Rayner charging in. Oh, that's
Great
out.
catch.
Perrotta just hung the bat out there. So Nick through and very well taken again by the keeper. Again, Flinders Uni just won't go away. 6 for 69 now.
That was a great catch there from, looked like Fernando behind the stumps. He's taken some really good diving catches today. The ones that haven't caught the edge, but that one did. That's the important one, and he's taken that as well. This game just cannot go either way at the moment.
No, it continues to hang in the balance, doesn't it? As you said, runs on the board in a final, even though they didn't quite get over the 100, and we thought, still probably a 120, 130 wicket. Both teams have bowled beautifully so far, and Flinders just continuing to defend this and continue to take wickets at key times. The bowlers have done a fantastic job. So yeah, new batter coming into the wicket is Blaine. Rayner now 1 for 17 from his 3 overs.
I really think for Blaine here, he's just going to make sure he gets himself off strike. Barbro's looking alright. He did just sky a couple in a row, but got to leave it to Barbro now to do most of the hard work. Just keep yourself there at the other end.
Absolutely, and that could be another one. It is! 2 wickets in 2 balls again. Langdon, the bowler. Barbro is out, and again, the 2 set batsmen are out.
What a game. This is just phenomenal.
7 for 69. Unbelievable scenes here at Karen Rolton Oval on a wicket that has been an absolute batter's paradise. Flinders doing a fantastic job defending 97. And speaking of fantastic job, if you need a bus, no fuss, call us. Adelaide Star Bus, 8252 0627. Winners of this game might get a Star Bus up to the Adelaide Hills and
few Star buses.
Get up there and join the celebrations. But
there's every chance.
Who is to do that? We don't know. It has gone so many different ways at this point in time.
Unbelievable game. I think the whole first innings you're thinking, oh no, this could be a blowout. The Rockets could chase this comfortably. Not the case. The whole innings, it's been, no team has been really in control. I mean, every time you think one team's about to, the other team come back and take another couple of quick wickets or hit a couple of quick boundaries. Here's a hat-trick ball.
Langdon 2 for 10. He comes in. Harmdorf, the batter, just drops that one down towards backward point. No run.
Crowd's getting a bit involved now as well.
Absolutely.
On a knife's edge this game.
What do we know about Harmdorf from a batting point of view? Langdon comes into him. Swung that one away. He's got it through the field. Will they come back from the for the second? They will. Looks like they'll make it. 7 for 71. 2.5 overs gone. Langdon 2 for 12. Harmdorf.
Well, Aaron Funky Harmdorf.
Funky.
He's probably more of an off spinner in terms of his stronger attribute, but he's a right hand batsman as well.
Langdon comes in, bowling to Blaine. Big swing out towards long off. Lands safely for a couple. It was well struck in the end.
And
Blaine moves to 2.
He loves his cricket. He won a 2018 final, LOA final with the Rockets, and his favourite show is How's That Kerry Packer's War. So looks like he's a
big cricket fan,
cricket nuffy.
And what about Blaine? Tell us a little bit about him in a minute. Harmdorf on strike though, faces Langdon. Oh, thunders into the pads. Like he was missing leg though.
Mentioned Blaine earlier. He's Woodville District.
Yes.
In the juniors.
I love his favourite drink, Penfolds 389. The old baby Grange, they call that one. The Same barrel as the good stuff, just a lot cheaper. More of an immature model, but very, very nice red wine. Langdon coming into Boulder Harmdorf. Oh, big, thickish outside edge. Lands short of the guy on the ring. Third man, and they get through for another single. 7 for 74 now. 1 ball to go in this 16th over. Oh, swung away. There is a man out at deep square leg. They're coming back for the second. They'll get home comfortably. Another 2 there to Blaine. Doing a good job. That ends the Langdon over. 2 for 17 his figures off 3 so far. Adelaide Rockets 7 for 76 off 17. The current run rate 4.47. Blaine is 5 from 4 deliveries. Harmdorf 1 from 2, Ned.
Do they need 22 off their last 3?
They do.
Ben?
They do.
Far out. It's going to be a test. Just over 7 and over. They haven't gone anywhere near that for 3 overs consistently for the whole innings, have they? So
absolutely.
With the tail enders in as well, that's going to be
3 overs to go.
It's going to be
3 wickets in hand. It will be an absolute thriller. Stay with us if you're watching at home. Rayner, new bowler coming in. Oh, that struck on the pads. They look like big shout. Oh, that one was very close.
Might be going over or sliding down the leg side, but
it's always obviously we're sitting square to the wicket here. A bloke tries to run it down to fine leg and the ball ends up on the offside. You know it's pretty close, I reckon.
That's right.
Gets away with that one. Blaine on strike facing Rayner. Full toss there. Lovely shot. Down to long on, just a single. A slower full toss there. Harder to hit. Seven for 78 now. Every run is important, Ned. Rayner coming into bowl. Lovely shot. That is going to go close for 4. It is a much needed boundary for the Adelaide Rockets. Lovely shot from Harmdorf there. They had a fielder back at deep cover, but it is a short boundary. It went quite square, just in front of point, and one bounce over the boundary.
That is a huge boundary, isn't it? You can't overstate that enough. That was so important, absolutely crucial that they got a boundary. They want another one of this over, I reckon.
Rayner comes in again, bowling to Harmdorf. Oh, he's had a big swing and a miss. Nice thinking there. Bit of a slower ball. That one just dribbles through to the keeper. Of course, important time for a keeper here. Balls like that flying around at your feet, bouncing 2 or 3 times to you. You got to hold your nerve, stay nice and low. Especially
with the later it goes, they might be trying to pinch singles off players and misses. You got to take that glove off, get ready to throw down the stumps.
100%. Rayner comes in again. Big swing, big outside edge. From Harmdorf running, looking to come back for the second. Oh, throw not quite. It almost had a chance at both ends. The throw ended up almost going mid-pitch over the keeper's head. They get back for 2. 7 for 84 now. This score ticking along, and you could just feel the excitement levels in the crowd just lifting. Rayner, oh, he's bowled him. Beautiful bowling, excellent execution, full and straight into the stumps. Harmdorf has to go. Beautiful bowling from Rayner. Again, Adelaide Rockets just starting to take the ascendancy, and again, Flinders hang on, take another wicket.
It's just phenomenal, this game. I don't think I've seen a game of cricket like it. I mean, cricket... this is just a perfect example of, you can get absolutely anything can happen in a game of cricket, and this is proving to be the case. I mean, the Rockets inch closer, Flinders take a wicket. They inch a little closer, Flinders take 2 wickets. I mean, you just can't. I think it's just gonna go down until the last ball almost.
Yep.
There's every chance, and I don't think you're going to be able to know who's going to win it until it's over.
100%. Currently 8 for 84 off 18 overs. 2 overs to go, Ned. Rayner takes his second wicket, 2 for 24 from his 4. A fantastic spell of bowling for him.
I think it's gonna be so important now if they can pinch some quick singles. You know, you can't afford any dot balls now as the batting team. You don't have to hit every ball for 4, but you gotta get at least something on the scoreboard every ball for these last 12.
100%. So Langdon to bowl his final over, currently 2 for 17. He will be bowling to Blaine. Currently 6 not out off 5 balls as he comes in. Blaine walks at him. That is a lovely shot straight back over the bowler's head. Got to long off very, very quickly. The wind just blew the headset right off Ned's head there. So the mullet is flapping brilliantly in the breeze there, mate.
Thank you.
8 for 85, 18.1 overs. Kapoor got it done with the ball. We'll have our first look at him with the bat. Oh, that's hit him on the pads. They've rushed through for a quick single, a quick leg by.
Serious appeal for something that probably didn't look very out.
Yep. Exciting part of the game there, I think.
Worth a shot. I think it's going to be down to Blaine, I reckon, to probably produce the majority of these last.
I think that's why
11 runs.
He got through very, very quickly there. He's on strike facing Langdon. Big swing. And again, straight to that long off fielder. Get through for another single. So it's a balance here, isn't it? They've got to take it nice and deep here. Probably need a boundary this over. Don't want to leave too much to the last.
That's right.
What can Kapoor do as Langdon comes into him? Oh, it's a drop catch at short mid-wicket. He's got to hurry. They're going to come back for 2 here. And they will get there safely. Will that be costly? Geez, you can feel the tension just out there, everyone.
This game's had it all, hasn't it? Hasn't it been? It's just everything that could possibly happen, I think, just about has happened.
Absolutely. And not just the drop catch costly, but the fact they got 2 runs. They moved to 89. Within reach, 2 balls to go in this over. Kapoor on strike. And he's got a thick outside edge there. So they will just be happy with 1. Good fielding at fine leg there.
Keeper's hurt himself. He's had a tumble.
So we've already had 1 calf injury, we think, to one of the Flinders players in the first over of the game. He's actually pointing at the pitch there. Not sure if he stepped on the stumps or... Looks like he can shake it off. Blaine on strike to Langdon. 1 ball to go. 8 for 90. 1 ball in this 18th over.
I think the best thing to do here... I'm not sure what's going on.
It's like Kapoor's just getting rid of his thigh pad, maybe slipping around there.
No need for that. But I think Blaine... I think the best option, just take a single here. Get himself on strike. And I think he has to back himself to score the last.
Yep.
You know, however many off the last 6 balls.
Singh's going to bowl the last over. Just looking at the bowlers that have 1 left. He's the only one of the bowlers they've used that has 1 left. So bowled very well today. Langdon coming in, bowling to Blaine. He swung that one out towards deep square leg. They get through for a single. He retains the strike. That is the end of Langdon. 2 for 23. From his spell. Another fantastic spell of bowling for him. 1 over to go, Ned. Adelaide Rockets 8 for 91. Flinders Uni defending 97. We have an absolute thriller here.
Oh, you couldn't script it any better, could you?
7 off the last over, 2 wickets in the sheds.
Nail biter.
Absolutely. Singh to bowl. He's 2 for 13 off 3 so far, so he's been a tough man to score off.
I wouldn't dare predict what's going to happen in the next 6 balls after the last 39 overs of play we've seen today.
So the key is going to be getting the field right, isn't it? Obviously, every single ball is a contest. Take your time.
You got to make sure you execute to your field and to your plan as well. That's just as important.
Absolutely. Where do you think he's going to try and look to hit a boundary?
He's been loving going straight, and there's not much pace on the ball. I think straight's probably the best option.
Straight back over the bowler. And he has... Oh, there could be a run out here, and there is. Kapoor did the right thing and went back, but not too sure what he was doing there, getting that far out of his crease. Blaine not out, though. That is the good thing for Adelaide Rockets, but they now have 1 wicket to go. 9 for 91. 5 balls to go. More importantly, Ned, 7 runs to get.
I just can't believe it. There's a run out now as well. I mean, that's probably the right thing to do. Pretty unselfish there from young junior there, but Blaine probably wouldn't be very happy with that shot. It was there. It was pitched up. It was in his arc, and he just didn't get anything on it, did he?
Absolutely.
So that's a chance going begging there for a boundary, you'd think, or at least a 2.
I guess you've just got to keep your head and wait for your ball. As seen coming into Blaine. Oh, there's a run out. That is it. Flinders have won. They have come from absolute nowhere. Blaine couldn't quite get enough on that. Waller was the new batter. He was mid-pitch. Flinders have done the remarkable, defending 97, batting first at Karen Rolton Oval. Adelaide Rockets were cruising at one point. Their fall of wickets for 39. 1 for 39 they were at one point in time. They ended up being 4 for 39, 5 for 52, 6 for 69, 7 for 69, 8 for 84. Ended up being all out 91 in the last over. Absolute scenes here, Flinders Uni.
Phenomenal
Fantastic defensive effort. We've got to pick a player of the match, Ned.
I think you've got to give it to Mad Dog for me. 4 overs, 1 for 11, and I think he saved them really with the bat.
I agree.
In the end, for the Flinders Uni's batting innings with down the tail with his 20-odd, I think.
23 off 26 not out at the end after not having much to get them to something they could defend, and then coming out 1 for 11. I 100% agree.
That's a match performance for sure.
100%, mate. 100%. So if you want to go and get him, see if he's happy to come up. We'll give a quick interview there, but the result, unbelievable scenes here at Karen Rolton Oval. This first grand final, Flinders Uni taking on Adelaide Rockets. It was Flinders Uni batting first, 8 for 97. Rob Muirhead, as we've just said, batting at the end, 23 not out off 26 balls. Roshan Joshna, 17 from 11. Matt Herman, 14 of 24. Herman, 14 off 24. Lewis Rayner, 14 off 20. Best bowlers, Matthew Fragona, 2 for 19. Jash Kapoor, 2 for 17. Matthew Blaine, 1 for 17. And Richard Carter, 1 for 23. We thought that wouldn't be enough. Adelaide Rockets, a very, very strong batting team. But Flinders managed to get the job done. Adelaide Rockets all out in the last over, 10 for 91. Matthew Fragona, 22, was the leading run scorer. We've just lost the graphic there. Have to come back with that as it comes back up again. Dom Barbaro, 15 off 16 balls. Sachin Kapoor, 11 off 20. Tony Perotta, 11 off 12 balls. With the ball, Rashpal Singh, 2 for 13, was fantastic. Lewis Rayner, 2 for 24. Matt Langdon, 2 for 23. And Matt Herman bowled very, very well. Quickest bowler today, 1 for 18. But as we said, our 2020 vision, player of the match, Rob Muirhead, 23 runs, not out at the back end, getting the job done. And also 1 for 11 from his 4 overs with the ball. Congratulations to Flinders Uni on a fantastic day for their club. The fight they showed was absolutely unbelievable. They looked absolutely nowhere, but they managed to get the job done. You got David Hazier here doing the presentation. Unbelievable scenes here as we've just seen Flinders Uni defend 97 on a slowish wicket at Karen Rolton Oval to win the Division 3 Grand Final. They're celebrating hard. They've just received their medals and the trophy from David Hazer. They've sung the song on the Oval, celebrating. Fantastic effort from them. We've given our Player of the Match award out, so Ned will be down presenting that. We will get our Player of the Match up shortly, Rob Muirhead, to have a short interview with us during the next game. What we will do is take a bit of a break. We've got warm-ups for our next game, the Division 2 Grand Final. But for wrapping up the Division 3, it was Flinders Uni taking home the Division 3 Grand Final. Fantastic result for their cricket club against Adelaide Rockets. We'll be back with you very, very soon for the live broadcast of the Division 2 Grand Final here from Karen Rolton Oval.